Okay, and let me obviously, we're gonna get viewers. I mean, we're gonna get viewers.
We're gonna get viewers, especially this week.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
No, I think it's smart that we just build a back catalog.
YouTube. Who's this? ADP. Who's this? ADP 420 started streaming. They seem like they're cool people.
They're pretty cool. I'll check them out.
Yeah. So if they're live. Oh, our video is on YouTube. That whole 3-hour video.
I'm fine with that. That's cool to have.
Okay.
Oh, are we live on YouTube?
Yep.
Okay.
We're live on YouTube. Hi, YouTubes.
What up?
Okay, so this is a little bit of a Russian roulette. I know 2 of these are Catholic.
I'm not subbed.
I don't think I am either, actually.
Let me. Damn, it's been 3 weeks. That was week 14. Oh, look, I'm here now too. That's fun. I don't look great. I look really greasy and not well lit.
Do you want some?
Hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can light because that on the camera or on the light.
Oh, that jacked up the camera a little bit. There we go. Oh, good.
On one of the lights, I can hit one of the backlights on you because you're not very well lit.
Very dark.
Or doesn't this have a light on it? Or
That's
is
what I'm
that
trying
what this is? Oh, you're getting it.
Let's try to connect it because it just needs a power source on, right? Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa.
Now you're
Who
lit.
sent you?
Oh wait, yeah, you're not supposed to be lit until after we start the show, anyways.
No, that's true.
Anyway, so one of these is capped with Keith, and the other one is like interlaced with throughout. So I don't know.
Hey, we could just find out.
Well, I know this one is just weed.
Okay.
And then this one's just weed.
Oh, that's audio's coming from me. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Ugh, I don't want to look at that guy.
Ooh, yeah, bro. Yeah, you might turn that light down a little bit.
Why? What do you mean?
Here,
There we go.
Don't
Oh,
look at, yeah.
oh, I'm greasy and gross.
Let me switch the. Oh, I got to switch all. Oh no, I have to fix all those too. Okay. How do I?
Here, sepia.
Yeah, it's probably okay. How do I?
How do I breathe without you?
Okay, let me copy your sources real quick. Let me come in here and delete this. Oh no. Oh, dang it. Can I copy this one? Okay, Control C.
Oh, the Cowboys released Ezekiel Elliott. It seems a little late, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah, I kind of feel like they probably should have made this move way earlier. Steal this. You can both use it. Is audio coming in okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, audio's fine. I was gonna say, yeah, we were hearing it earlier on yours too, so. And then just can't. Ooh, that's the delete. I have the delete key. Delete.
It looks like Brock Purdy avoided serious injury, but will not play.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was gonna.
Are the 49ers officially out? They should be.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So we're on all the screens now. Okay. Let's just start, I guess. Oh, you're using Asher. Yeah, I can go get another one too. Oh, let's see. I also have more pipe. What should do that? With my lighter. No, I have multiple.
Oh boy, here's big news. 4 hours ago,
Wow.
NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reported multiple teams have been doing extensive homework on former Raiders coach John Gruden, and that he could get interviewed for head coaching vacancies. Do you believe the conspiracy that all of the email leaks were just the Raiders trying to get rid of their huge contract on
where
John
he
Gruden?
dropped the F-bomb?
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of, honestly, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, there's leaks, so I mean, the only other people that would be leaking it were people that he's sending it to.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a good game. I'm curious about this because this is where Ashton Gianti might break the Boise TSU game. Yeah, Gianti could break the record, I think, or maybe he needs 2 more games to do it. But
Do you think he goes top 5?
yes, I think with the way that Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley have been this year, absolutely he goes top 5.
Mm.
But I think the problem being that who was the last person that was it was the Chargers running back that was really good in college.
Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about Melvin Gordon was, if I'm not mistaken, he was Minnesota, and Minnesota always has really good offensive line.
That is true. This is just some random dude and that's people. What I don't watch enough college. Boise's like Mountain Conference or something, right? Like
Yeah.
some like offshoot, and yeah, it's an easy conference, and I think that's why people are gonna depends on what they do. But I think no matter what, if you're putting up that much yards, like you deserve a top 5 pick. I don't care what conference you're in, even if it's like a really bad conference and like you're just obviously the most talented player in your conference, like you were in the talk for Heisman, like you deserve to, no matter what,
But
at least get that first round pick.
There's that whole thing about them running backs being undervalued.
Yeah, but I that is true. People might not. I think. But who's gonna like QB race this year? Is like
There's no QB race.
Shador is like the only one that people were talking about, right?
Cam Ward,
Yeah,
people consider.
Shador Sanders and Cam Ward. Yeah, I think that was the only 2 names I've ever heard.
But that's it. I'm looking at Walter Football to see how high they rank Ashton Gianti, and he is going to be number 1. That's what I thought. I don't even know these other running backs underneath them. Quinshon Judkins from Ohio State.
No, Gianti's definitely the number one running back, bar none.
Mhm.
There's nobody that's going to go above him running back. It's just whether or not a QB. I don't see anybody. I just don't see anybody going. I think he's going to be. I think Travis Hunter deserves to be number 1 pick. Honestly, I do. I mean, he's the best two-way player.
Yeah, but that's not. The NFL's built more towards people who are good at one position.
Oh, no.
Like what happened to Grant Delpit?
No, that's what I'm saying though. Is that I think he's athletic enough to play either. So you get to bring him in and decide what you get to take that pick and say you're going to be defense.
Mm-hmm.
Or you get to take that pick and say you're going to be offense. Whatever you need more as a team. That's why I think he's just going to be the number 1 pick anyways, because you can literally put him on either side of the ball.
Yeah.
Like and he's shown that he's athletic enough to do it and do it well. Like in college, true, but like.
Well, all of those college players are just going to be NFL players we're playing against. It's crazy. I go back and I watch bowl games sometimes just to hear like the star power of the names, and it's crazy because it's just like I used to think, how do these kids get into this league and compete? And it's just a natural evolution of players leaving, and the players that they played with, have grown up with, gone to camps with, now they're, adults and competing at the same level. So I just feel like, I don't know. I can see Travis Hunter going number 1 overall, but I also feel like,
his Patriots taking number 1. So what do they want?
Are they locked in for 1, or can they still win a game and accidentally mess it up?
I think they're locked in for 1.
The thing is about the Patriots being number 1.
They play the Bills though?
Yeah.
Right?
No, they just played the Bills.
Oh, that's right.
They got stopped.
That's right. The Bills are playing. No, yeah. Next game, yeah, Pats Bills.
Really? I thought they just played like 2 weeks ago or a week ago.
And Bills are not locked into the 2 seed right now, right? Or are they now?
No, they can still compete for 1, right?
No. They can't get the 1 seed. Chiefs are locked in.
No. But the Chiefs, they're going to be, dissolving the franchise after the allegations come out. Right. That's the only way. That is the only way to prevent the Chiefs from three-peating is hopefully some sort of really awful stuff comes out about the franchise financially, and they just have to dissolve the thing.
What?
That's the only way at this point. It's not going to happen.
They would never just dissolve the anything though. Like they wouldn't ever dissolve the whole organization no matter what happened. Like they might rename it and move it, right? But I mean,
Man, if only Native Americans would just get mad about this one too.
stop it. Okay, so
I found out that
okay, this
my
one
mom's
needs to.
boyfriend is a longtime Washington fan, and I didn't realize that. And so it was really interesting talking to him because he was very much just like, yeah, no, the Dan Snyder years were awful. Happy we're coming out of it. Very, it's just nice seeing fans of teams where they're finally pulling it out. You know,
Okay, no, they are locked into the 2 seed as well.
we should be. I think we're locked into the 2 seed. No matter who wins between Detroit and Minnesota, I think we're still got it.
Yeah.
As long as we can
No,
beat,
no, you're not. You're
we.
not locked in for the 2 seed.
Well,
Oh no, you are in because yeah, they locked. Never mind. Yeah, because they knocked down to the fifth. Hmm. No, you're locked in for the two
let's go.
because you're 13. So
So we're playing
because
whoever.
you lose the tiebreaker between you and Detroit. So even if the you lose the tiebreaker against both of them.
Mhm. Didn't I say at the
Yeah.
beginning of the season we need to go back and watch that first episode over on Twitch, twitch.tv/ADP420 official, and we need to go back and watch that first episode because on that first episode I think it was either you or me. One of us said that three NFC North teams were going to make it, but we both dismissed the Vikings. Um, I just
Well, I definitely did. I said the Bears would go. Beginning of the season, I was a Caleb hater, and then I did when he was started balling out. I was like, he definitely has a talent, which I still think he does.
yeah, I think they just
But
need a better team around him,
oh, bro, I don't know.
which is so
I was
crazy.
looking at stats. He literally has had, and it's not even close. Like the worst season statistically of any quarterback since 2021 in the
Really?
last 4 years,
Damn.
and it's not even like it's like EPA.
When did Nathan Peterman happen?
It was let me see. Well, Nathan Peterman did he? Oh shit, I don't want to close that. Nathan Peterman was before Allen, right? So I think
Oh yeah,
2017.
oh yeah, 2017. That was a long time ago. Struggled early in the NFL, throwing 5 interceptions during the first half of his starting debut and posting a 0.0 passer rating in the 2018 season opener. That's pretty bad. I didn't realize it was that bad. I thought the worst passer rating was still Andy Dalton
No, no,
for
no.
a Thursday night
Since
game.
2021, not since like of all time.
Right, right, right. No, no, no.
Yeah, no,
I
no.
just
Like,
didn't realize how bad that was and how long ago that was. That was almost a decade ago, 7 years ago.
let's see if I can find this. Someone I found I'm a Reddit boy, so it'll be on here.
I'm fine.
Um,
Man, well, um, let's see. I was looking at it. I was watching a playoff picture projections thing. The only people who aren't locked in right now is Tampa Bay, right? I think it could
um,
still come to the down to if the Falcons win and Tampa Bay loses. I'm pretty sure that Falcons get in, right?
let me the NFL was a lot better than ESPN would for playoff picture because it shows in the hunt. Broncos and Bucks.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Broncos are winning in, and Bucks are winning in.
Man, I know that they're a divisional rival, but I had been rooting for the Broncos all season. That cannot be denied. I thought that because I was just like, dude, I think they might actually have it.
No, you have been.
You know?
You've been rooting for the Broncos for sure. And yeah, I'm sure. I won't like cheese you. I don't think that. I think part of it, of course, like is because I'm a Chiefs fan that you were saying it. But I do
No.
think I know there's like a small part.
Maybe okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe but it wasn't. It was definitely not the majority, and it wasn't a very
No,
large
I will
percentage.
agree with that. But I think that there was a small part of you
Just
being
just
so adamant about
just
it.
being a hater.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was I'm sure that's just my nature, but at the same time I do think
Because I mean,
I
let's
thought
be
the
honest,
Broncos
like
had it.
they're at best. I mean, they're a 10-17. It's not like they balled out.
Well, they did a lot better this year than they had the last couple of years.
No, yeah, no, they do look good.
I
This year.
messaged
I mean,
Sky at the beginning of the year, and I
they're
was like,
horrible.
dude, Denver wide receivers are going to be getting Michael Thomas levels of
Oh.
looks.
Dude, let's before I don't want to get too much in the Broncos because I do want to talk about the Broncos Bengals and just how they both are so often.
Oh yeah, do we want to go through the games this next week? Some of them just don't have a whole lot of stuff there. A lot of I was even Pat McAfee even mentioned that a lot of the games this year have been kind of duds and they need to flex better.
Yeah. Let's see. Games schedule. Week 17. Here we go. We'll go through it. I'm gonna switch over.
Oh, Tiki Barber is going to be broadcasting for the Giants Philadelphia game, and at the beginning of the year, Tiki Barber said that Saquon was dead to him. That's fun. I think that's fun because I mean he hit 2K. I was in the middle of Christmas with the family.
Oh, shit! I just fucked up your camera.
Did you?
I moved it a little bit, so it might be off.
Oh my god.
I just need to do this so I can get this off my screen. Okay. This isn't.
There are no Thursday night football games this week. Does not seem. So, if that was the only reason you had Amazon Prime, feel free to cancel. I'm sure. I don't. Will there be any more on Prime for the rest of the year? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I know that there's going to be some playoff games. They're going to be putting a lot of the playoff games on streaming sites. I know Peacock's getting one. I'm so certain that Paramount's getting one.
I mean, well, yeah, I don't think, but Paramount's owned by CBS, so they shouldn't be Paramount Plus only. That wouldn't make any sense.
No, it does make sense if you want to get people to sign up for your streaming service. I mean, how well did it work for Netflix? NFL on Netflix? That's crazy. I never thought I'd see the day.
Yeah, let's get into it. We'll get into NFL on Netflix. Stream worked. What seemed to be good. I was in the middle of Christmas. I will admit I was in a situation. I love my wife, so was not able to truly watch the game.
I get it. I have missed a lot of the season this year from working. I missed games from hanging out with Joel. It's fine. That's what part of being a normal human being and not an obsessive, insane sports fan is.
But let's go through. Let's see. Let's look at the. We'll look at the drives.
I missed it.
Okay, so
I was at work for this whole thing.
let's see. Punt. I played punt. Started out. Yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't at work. I don't have Netflix.
Oh yeah, this was the Xavier Worthy gun. What I thought initially was, and I'm sure everyone, I couldn't listen either. So thought that this was just like from him stealing a presence, and so I thought, I was like, oh great, like what? I guess we just can't have fun anymore because he's stealing, So they flagged him for it, but then he, he lifted his thing like to show he was strapped,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So yeah, that was a stupid play, but I mean, yeah, I think but all of our scoring drives were pretty, just pretty routine. Yeah, 8-yard run. Oh yeah, I had to go for it on 4th and 1 here. 2nd and 6, pretty.
It doesn't
9
seem
play,
like
42-yard, 8 play, 79-yard. So this was Oh yeah, this was the big Watson, the big Justin Watson side catch.
I thought you were saying Deshaun Watson. I was about to see like what's he doing there?
He's waiting in the locker room. Yep. Some punts, field goals, touchdown. Yeah, so at this point it was kind of.
Man, look at all of that nothing that was happening with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's on a slide right now. They're on a hard slide too.
I will. They had a really rough 3-game stretch. They played Ravens, Chiefs, Eagles.
Ravens aren't so bad. We beat them.
Right? Was it?
Didn't you beat the Ravens?
Yeah.
So that's not so bad.
This was a lot of penalties against KC this game. 9-4 on the penalties. I think we had some pretty big third. Like we gave some first downs on penalties too.
I think one of my favorite parts from this season was everybody switching from, oh, the Chiefs are paying off the refs to it's just the way it is. It's just black voodoo magic or whatever. It does not matter.
That's not how.
This is just how the world is.
I don't think that's how. There's a lot of people. I know for sure. Dylan's is he jokes about it, but I think he would argue about
The refs.
thinking that the refs favor uh, the Chiefs.
I do think that human referees leave a lot of room for error, and I think that error existing is a problem. It gives a lot of excuses. It gives reason for people to believe that it's fixed.
Yeah.
And I think that just being a thing in general is bad for the product. And just even having the room to say, oh, they're fixing it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't watch MLB because
Well,
umpires can literally just do whatever they want.
I think if everyone watched every game, they would realize that obviously, like, I don't think. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm not looking at it with the same bias, so. But I think that reffing's just bad all over in general.
And you're not going to be able to get it better.
And I think that the Chiefs are better at. I think that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are good at taking advantage of free first downs, and so that you see them succeeding off of these calls that and they do get bad calls, absolutely. But I think every team does, and that's really where I'm at on it. That's because I don't think anyone can argue that the Chiefs don't get bad calls sometimes. I think they get calls that are correct that people get mad about though, and because then they switch to, well, we just want it to be called consistently across the league. Then it's like, okay, yeah, the reffing's bad, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like but then people think that they're only calling stuff for the Chiefs, like the push out of bounds stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They think Mahomes. You see it all the time. If that was Mahomes, he would have got that whistle.
Well, people used to say the same thing about Tom Brady.
Yeah, I know.
And
I'm not.
He did affect the game rules wise.
Yeah.
I think Tom Brady's affected the game rules wise. Actually, it affected what the refs do more than Patrick Mahomes has.
Yeah.
He's the reason for the tuck rule. He's the reason you can't go after their legs. Quarterback's legs. He's the reason that there's a lot of things in place that the refs have to be about.
Yeah.
We're just in a new era of quarterback where flopping is acceptable, and Mahomes is just good at it.
Yeah.
Getting touched and falling down, and the ref saying flag. Yeah, flopping's fine apparently.
I don't think Mahomes flops.
He doesn't. I'm just
I think that I have seen Josh Allen flop. Obviously, everyone's seen Josh Allen flop.
Yeah. I think flopping's part of the game, dude. Same with NBA.
No, yeah.
It's there.
I think that
if it's bad enough, you can get in trouble for it.
I think Mahomes is the worst that Mahomes has done in terms of complaining. Obviously, I think he is more. I do think players like Joe Burrow and especially Justin Herbert are Justin Herbert doesn't ever get up and ask for flags, or he's not pointing to anything usually. He usually just gets up and keeps playing.
Keeps going, yeah.
Yeah, I do think Mahomes is obviously more emotional on the field than other quarterbacks. That's undeniable. But I don't think he's every play he's getting up just what I think most players when they're on the field, I mean, you see wide receivers do it all the time and no one complains.
Mm-hmm.
Every wide receiver ever, if they're close to getting touched, they're where's the flag?
Mm-hmm. Well, so. I think pass interference rules need to be looked at because at the end of the day, the defensive player has just as much right to the ball as the offensive player.
Yeah.
But when we talk about a corner or a safety sort of being rough with the wide receivers to get to the ball, think of Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl when he ran up and essentially pushed Ricardo Lockett out of the way for that ball. No flags. Yeah. And now goes down as one of the worst play calls of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really just a really, really good defensive play by Malcolm Butler. But these days, you can't really contact the wide receiver almost at all, it feels like. And there are situations where you're two grown men, 200-something pounds of muscle, running directly next to each other. You're going to run into each other. You're going to, that sort of thing.
They always, now, what they look for is generally your head being turned. Mm-hmm. That's their number one indicator.
Yeah, it makes sense.
If the defender's looking for the ball, and the ball's coming, then he's free to like, and they're like just running along. They're never gonna like flag for contact because he's looking for the ball
Hmm.
and he can't see that. When he was like, if he's running straight down the sideline, like he has his, it's like I'm sure it's the same thing they do in like he has it right to his path, right?
Hmm.
Like that. That's the same thing with like pick plays when you're running pick plays. You can't like the defender or the offense can't be looking to just initiate contact with the
Yeah.
defender. Like
I do think. Well, you don't see those plays called ever. An
pick.
offensive player, offensive pass interference
They
on a
do.
pick play like
Oh,
that.
they do. They've been
On
called. I've
occasion,
seen a couple this year for sure. Like I've seen a
I
couple
think they need
offensive
to.
pass
I
interferences
kind of feel
for
like
it.
they need to get rid of that. It's bad for the game because those result in huge plays. Which I know that's like if you're on the other team, that's lots of feel bads. I get it, but at the same time, those are big plays
Wait, you
that
think
are good
you
for
think
the
they should
score.
allow OPIs, or you think they should allow pick plays?
Kind of,
That's
yeah. I
wild.
know. I get that. I get that. It's kind of a crazy
Man
thing,
coverage is
but
busted. You're just gonna be picking like like you can't run man. You have to run zone every time. Man coverage would be dead.
well, what
So
if
the ball hawk corner is just like
the
or
corners just start taking out wide receivers over the middle, just
that's what
blowing
they're
through it.
turning into rugby. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like they're both. They're just like, all right,
You
we
want to
know
go?
what
All
we
right.
know what's happening.
Yeah.
Like we know where this is going.
Um, no, maybe not, but those do result in really big plays, especially because I've seen a lot of pick plays get away with it, you know. And I'm
No,
like,
yeah,
man,
it's not called that often, but
yeah,
I mean it did.
they might as well be allowed, is what I'm saying.
I think Kelsey has gotten a flag thrown on getting like being picked or him or somebody. The Chiefs have gotten one. We've gotten one of those that they called a pick that they well, it was basically a defensive pick play, I guess, because they were just smoking him off the line. I guess it was just defense pass interference, but
Mm,
or no, they call it illegal contact, right?
yeah, I don't know. I can't recall the time you're talking about.
No, I know, but no, I'm just talking about like it's if the defender um maybe he got called for. I think Kelsey got called for a pick play this year. Maybe I'm making stuff up. I'm high.
It's true. We are high. That's part of 40 ADP 420 is what we do here. We never did an intro, by the way.
Oh,
But I think people get it. I think
anyways, yeah.
yeah, it's
Well,
fine. So what
let's
do we
see.
have next?
Oh gosh, yeah. Texans Ravens. We don't need it. Oh my goodness.
How bad was it? Oh yeah, that's
That was,
right.
yeah.
I was watching. Okay,
Oh,
so
there's a lot of games this week, man. There's so many blowouts.
yeah, there was.
Oh, it was an ugly week of football.
Dude, this was not a good week for football in general. There was a couple games that it was like cool, good. Like the Broncos Bengals game got really intense, but like
Yeah.
I watched that Seahawks Bears game, and that was
Yeah, there was a
that
couple
was a
of
slog,
games, yeah.
man. That sucked.
Giants, Drew Lock having I think I read it was the eighth best quarterback performance of all time
Good.
to pull the Giants out of the number one pick of the year.
I'm fine with this for two reasons. One, I'm a Eagles fan, so f the Giants. But at the same time, I feel I'm starting to feel for the Giants the way I felt for the Commanders and the Browns. That I was just like, damn, these guys really deserve a break. Like it sucks being a Giants fan right now. You lost Saquon and he runs for 2,000,
Nah, they
and
can still
then
remember Eli. It wasn't that long ago.
2011.
Yeah, they've won a Super
That
Bowl
was
pretty
13.
recently
That was
compared
13
to
years
somebody
ago.
to other teams.
Maybe not the Eagles,
I'm
or
just saying more recently than a lot of teams in the NFL.
oh yeah, but I don't feel for those teams.
But I'm saying though, like
I see the
that's your,
Giants twice a year, so I kind of feel
that's
for
like
them.
I don't feel bad for the Broncos. Yeah, I would never feel bad for the Broncos for the maybe like in 10 years.
What if so you wouldn't feel bad if the
But the
Broncos?
Chargers and the Raiders, like sure, I can feel bad for the Chargers or the Raiders. Like I can't remember.
I don't feel bad for the. I never feel bad for the Raiders.
No, you're right. I don't
I'll say right, right. I'll say I feel bad for the Broncos. That's where I was at. That's why I was so
I
psyched
can feel
for them
bad
this
for
year.
Chargers fans, especially with like the move.
Chargers agreed.
The
Yeah.
move and then like having like their fan base just died and then
Yeah.
like it's been so long that it's basically like their stadium wherever they played has been just like another home game for the other team.
Yeah.
Like it's
Well, that's how the
crazy.
Rams were before
Yeah,
Sean
before
McVay
Allegiant,
went crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even Allegiant was like that a little bit. Like man, that the only reason that the Chiefs Rams game wasn't more Chiefs fans was because of how it got to LA and they gave out a huge block of tickets to wildfire victims because it was
That's good.
during all the wildfires.
I found out, I was reading about why that keeps happening. It's eucalyptus trees. They're all over California and they're just covered in oil.
Oh.
They're just making it worse.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just figured it was. Yeah, I just know that everything's.
See,
Everything's
it's all
fire.
Australia's fault.
It's all. Are they invasive?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And they
Maybe that's karma for, sending
all those people.
Yeah, all the people over there to like, hey, go away.
Yeah, no, I think it's Mother Nature about getting back at us for the whole emu thing.
Yeah.
Even though they won, but whatever. No, where are we at? Oh, I do feel bad for the Chargers, but Chargers are the team that if Oklahoma City ever winds up getting a team, Chargers, I believe, are that team.
Because the Thunder.
Mostly because the Raiders have moved.
Yeah.
The Jaguars are kind of they're not going anywhere, man. If they're not going to London, then they're not going anywhere else.
If there's any billionaires watching that want to start an NFL franchise and that could buy the team from, is it Spanos?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, still Spanos.
Yeah, and I think the organization and the fans themselves would love it. Come to Oklahoma City.
Yeah. You might have to wait till Jerry Jones dies, but
he couldn't stop anything.
Actually, I was reading about how most of our fan base in Oklahoma City. Do you know what it is now? Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Cowboys. There's not as many Cowboys fans running around Oklahoma these days.
Dude, my favorite thing about, and I know the Chiefs are going to be like this eventually, but like every time the Cowboys lose, I just go on Facebook and there's at least one person tagging somebody just in a public post, hey, how them boys doing?
How them boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They do get
every time, and it's just so funny to me. I don't know why they like. It's just so, and it's yeah.
I want to feel bad for the Cowboys, but they have good years. That's the thing. They have good years. They went 13-3 just the other like what was it last year? Dak Prescott should have got comeback player of the year.
See, now they have good regular seasons.
Yeah, they drop it in the playoffs.
I don't enjoy, because I wasn't having fun as a Chiefs fan watching the Chiefs go from being really shit to having good regular seasons.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't like, I was like, okay, cool, like it's cool. We went 11-6.
You got
like,
it was just you were getting hope for football, and that was horrible.
Yeah. And so it's just like, and then we go on to lose these horrible ways in the playoffs, and it's just like, cool, that this whole year sucked. Like, it wasn't a good year. We lost in the first round.
Yeah.
Or when we beat the Texans and then just lost to Tom Brady. It's just like, cool, like fun.
Yeah, like, fun sport.
Yeah.
We have.
Like, so like I don't know. I don't want to
think
have good years. I don't feel bad for the Cowboys. They had good Cowboys fans my age, sure, a little bit, because they haven't seen, like they've been when was the last time the Cowboys won?
96.
Yeah, so if I would have been 6 years old.
Yeah.
Like, cool.
They didn't really see that.
Yeah.
Younger Cowboys fans, I believe they're just legacy, like their parents were Cowboys fans, or maybe they just decided to pick up the sport on one of those good years. I don't feel bad for the Cowboys because they have those rings. They were the team of the 90s. They were the all-decade team.
Yeah.
For each decade, there's like one team that tends to just fucking hold it down.
Yeah.
And like the 60s, it was the Packers. The 70s, it was the Steelers. The 80s, it was the Niners. The 90s, it was the Cowboys. 2000s, it was the Patriots. 2010s,
it was the Patriots again.
It was the Patriots again.
Yeah.
And then now it's the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be the all-decade team. Unless something, happens, Pat Mahomes gets the three-peat and just decides, you know what? I did it. I'm done. I'm going to hang it up. I'm going to spend time with my kids.
Dude,
I'm going to go try out the MLB.
That would be the weirdest. I wouldn't know how to process that.
That would be so crazy.
Like, especially if he did it like right after the Super Bowl, like if the acceptance, like the speech, like as he's holding.
I'm going to the Orioles.
Yeah.
Like, whoa! What?
I'd be like, the Chiefs just three-peated, and we're also gonna be like probably one of the worst organizations in the league for a long time now. Dang it!
Right back to the bottom.
Because Kelsey's gone too. If he does, like Kelsey probably grab it and be like. I'm retiring too.
I'm done.
Me and Tay get married.
You're married. We're
Yeah.
done. And then just every good player, Chris Jones, they all just start going down the line and just
Oh
saying, "Hey, I'm
no.
done. We're gonna let it go. We're hanging it
Yeah.
up, boys."
Andy Reid too.
Andy Reid. Oh,
Oh
I'm as an Eagles fan. It's gonna be really hard when Andy Reid retires
yeah.
because he has proven himself. We always believed in him. We gave him a lot of shots, and it wasn't the
It
right
just
time
took
for
him
him.
a generational talent to do it.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is it the
but
player or is it the? No, I'm just kidding.
I
Andrew's a
mean,
fantastic coach.
he's a
Yeah.
very good coach.
No, yeah,
He's got a good
he
locker room.
tried
He's
to
got
do it.
presence.
He tried to do it with Alex Smith, and he could have, but Alex Smith is just not.
He wasn't the guy.
No, I like Alex Smith.
I
as a
like Alex
person.
Smith
He's
too.
he's a great guy. He's just
He's not.
not. Yeah, he was never
He
going to win a championship. But
he looks at his receivers when he throws. Mahomes doesn't always do that.
yeah, his best chances was under something like when he was with the Niners, like that kind of like that type of offense that where and it's very like it's good designs with really athletic guys, kind
Would you
of
rather have Alex Smith or Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
that was a really big question back in 2003
Oh yeah.
and 2004, and Aaron Rodgers dropped in that draft, and he didn't get picked until like 24th or something. Big controversy at the time because it was a really weak quarterback class. The only people that were out of it were Alex Smith and
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers. I think the other one was Brady Quinn, maybe.
I mean,
But
Alex Smith had great years with the Chiefs statistically. Like he did.
but he was always called a game manager.
Yeah.
My thing about Alex Smith was he was always right there,
Yeah.
but just couldn't. He just couldn't overcome that leap and just be like he's one of
Yeah.
he statistically had an extremely good year.
Yep.
They're 11
Fantasy
and
wise,
5 or something.
hey,
You know.
fantasy, Alex Smith was your guy.
Mhm.
Especially with the Chiefs still. Like, yeah, he put up. He had, like I said, those were the years where it's like, oh yeah, he had good years.
Mhm.
I rolled two more.
There was I feel like, but I'm an Eagles fan, so I get the exact same feel that you get, where it was like we would have really good seasons and then we would lose in the playoffs somehow.
Well,
But then we got our Super Bowl, and we are just never gonna let that go. We are gonna
Yeah.
we are gonna hold on to that thing the same way that the Cowboys hold on to their VHS tapes. You know, we are just gonna stranglehold that 2017 Super Bowl and be like, Nick Foles it was sent from God
Yeah.
to do this.
That's gonna get a lot of fans through a lot.
I'm the it's gonna be so hard to
I don't know, I
process
think
it
you
if
guys have a good
Wentz
chance
winds
this
up
year,
having
too.
to, huh?
I think the Eagles have a good chance this year. I think I don't know. I think the NFC is going to be a little. I think the Eagles Chiefs is probably the Chiefs' worst matchup.
Yeah.
Because I think the Lions.
Oh, I don't know. I
defense-
don't think the Lions could.
The
I think they
Lions
could do
defense
okay.
hasn't been that great. They've been kind of, they've been kind of Swiss cheesy, and I think that our defense has still been. They've been top five. We still haven't had somebody score over 30 on us.
Dude, I heard that they chopped
Right,
off.
just the-
I heard they chopped off Aiden Hutchinson's leg and they put a robot leg there, so he might be ready for it.
I don't know. I just think I really don't think that. I think it'll be a close game. I don't think that our offense. I don't know, man. We've been kind of turning it on. I don't know. It'll be. I think the Eagles is the worst matchup for us because the Eagles defense has been getting hot, and I think that the offense has been finding its rhythm too. And as long as nothing crazy happens on the way there, I think healthy Eagles versus healthy Chiefs right now, I think, is the worst matchup for the Chiefs out of everybody in the NFC. Because I think the Vikings are the same thing. The Vikings defense.
I don't know. Their defense is what got them there.
Yeah, but they've been towards the end of the year. They haven't been doing fantastic.
They probably just took the foot off the gas.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe they're relaxing.
Yeah, they might just be coasting right now.
Yeah.
Wait. They play the Lions next week. That's for the number one seed.
Yeah, it's for the
For the bye week.
Yep.
That's obviously game of the week. There's not even.
They put up 34 against. Or they got 34 against injured Niners. I mean, I watched a little bit of the game and he was leaning on what's his name, Pearsall. Pearsall had a huge game.
Good for him.
So I mean that's what I mean though. Like the 49ers are. I mean Kyle Shanahan's really good at. If he's the one designing the plays, so like he's really good at getting receivers open, and that's what you're supposed to do. He does the same thing that isn't like I don't know. him and Andy Reid kind of run the same kind of thing, like it's just who can do it better.
Mhm.
And
I feel like the the Niners. So at the beginning of the year, Manny Te'o
so
left.
my left or your left, I guess.
Uh, 3 yellow. I don't know, man. I'll take this one. Yeah, my.
Like I said one's capped and one's
I don't know.
kind of in there.
Mm.
So either way, it has Keith on it. So sorry if you don't want it.
No, it's fine. I got it. I can handle it from here. The I at the beginning of the year, Manti Te'o said, or Manti Te'o, I forget how to say his first name. Um, he said that the Niners were an emotionally exhausted team, and the panel he was on discussing kind of dismissed him and were like, no, they're going back, they're doing good and stuff like that. And then it turns out he was 100% right. You can just see it on their faces.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
out of it. They've been out of it all season. After CMC wasn't there for game one, they've just been.
I mean, it
It
has
just
to be.
I think that they're just burnt out.
Especially after and I get
Like
it.
half a
Sucks.
decade of hard
Yeah.
losses.
And losing to and having to deal with the Chiefs and it's always Mahomes and the Chiefs too, like they're doing whatever they can to get to the opportunity to win,
Mm.
and then when they're losing, it's
I've never been a 49ers fan. I've always found them kind of boring.
I
Even
bet.
whenever they had
Oh,
Jerry Rice and Steve Young and all that, because it's just my thing is like once you've been one of the greats, you're kind of overplayed.
when I lived out there, the fans were just obnoxious, and especially in the Super Bowl because I was out there. I was in California for the Super Bowl, and just all the people that were just I knew they didn't care about football, but
Mm-hmm.
then now the 49ers are in the Super Bowl, and we're in California, so 49ers fan, it's like
Yeah.
we're in LA. Like I was basically in LA. Like what? You have two other teams down
Yeah,
here.
you're a Rams fan,
Yeah,
Chargers fan.
and Oakland's closer.
Yeah, yeah.
So
The Raiders were there at the time. I've already. It was such an easy adjustment to go from Oakland to Las Vegas in my head for that. That was just so easy. It was so much harder to go from San Diego to LA in
yeah,
my head.
and
There's a
St.
lot of times
Louis
where there's still the San
and
Diego
St.
Chargers.
Louis to LA too.
I well that the thing was I've gotten used to the LA Rams because they've had success there
True.
and
Yeah,
they,
they won a Super Bowl.
they won a
So
Super
they're
Bowl
kind of
and
cemented in the city now. And
exactly
that's more reason for the Chargers to move.
they need to go
They
to St.
really,
Louis.
honestly, no, they should come here.
They
I
should
really,
come
I
here.
do, I really think that. I think Oklahoma City, especially, they're talking about building that giant fucking tower.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they don't build the tower, they're building that huge district based around it, which is if you have you been to Vegas?
No, I haven't.
It looks like the
Are we getting a little Vegas?
it's a tiny. It looks. That's what it
Yay,
looks
that's
like. It
fun.
looks like a little corner of I can picture it in my head like the Vegas where it's like the big bridge going across, and then it's like the shops on top, and then the big shop on bottom. And so it's gonna be like a little. It's gonna be three towers that are gonna be luxury suites and
Mm.
apartments, and then it's gonna be a bank headquarters, and then like a big section like a little like a two-story strip mall kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. I noticed the sales tax went up. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I hope something fun is coming. Because last time, I mean, it was we are trying so hard to be every other city. We have a river walk.
Yeah.
That used to be a street and shit.
Not every other city, but yeah,
Just like
every other major city. We're
yeah.
trying to be a major city. Well, I've never been to New York, so I
We
don't know.
have we have those streetcars. Why? I've never.
Oh, don't diss public transportation now.
That was meant to be. That was so the streetcar program was meant to take over. I heard that it was meant to take over those old rail lines, and it was supposed to be
I like the
transportation
streetcars.
to from Oklahoma City to the suburbs of Moore, El Reno, Yukon.
Oh,
It was supposed to be
yeah.
actual transportation. So those
Like
streetcars are only in Oklahoma, like downtown Oklahoma City, and
Yeah.
they're essentially only used by tourists. They're
Yeah,
not.
which is
They're not
fine.
public transportation.
Oh, no,
they're,
it
they're,
is.
they're
I
they're
use
kind
it.
of. Huh?
I use it.
Well, yeah.
You use it when you park out, and then when there's like a festival or something going on, you can park out near the next to that big parking area next to the Ford Center.
I don't think the
Um,
people who work in Oklahoma City use those. And if you're talking about public transportation for commuting, it's usually for.
I don't know. I think I
If
don't
you're
know.
going down there for a festival, you might as well be going to Dallas for a festival or Chicago or wherever your music festivals are.
I've used it to get around. Like if we park somewhere and then we're like, hey, do you want to go somewhere? And it's like if the streetcar will get us there, then we take it.
Most people I've talked to have never used those streetcars.
Well,
But I mean, was it a
but-
fun ride? Was it cool?
but- Yeah, so it's a streetcar.
Okay.
Like I mean, you sit down and you wait till you get to where you need to go, and then you get off.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know. It's a lot. It's hard.
No, I do think that we could totally pull off an NFL team, but I think Jerry Jones would do whatever he could to stop that from happening.
But if it's like if someone's willing to, I know where they could put it too. They can put it on the other side of the river. Just keep going. There's a lot of.
I wouldn't put it on the south side.
There's a lot of space over there. Or you could chunk out a part of the fairgrounds.
I would put it north of the city, in that big chunk of like unincorporated area that's over by Frontier City, between Edmond and Oklahoma City.
I want it closer to me.
I would want it between our two big money centers.
Yeah.
And if I'm not gonna put it south because more Norman
no, well,
are
then you'd want it between Oklahoma City and Tulsa.
yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere like Chandler or something,
Yeah.
and just call it the Oklahoma. I don't know, Oilers.
Like
Let's take
Chargers.
Oilers back.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the Chargers.
But no, they keep it the Chargers because it's the Chargers and the Thunder.
God.
They
Yeah,
would-
there's a lot of money there.
Yeah, that's
We're
what I'm
gonna
saying.
need
That's
that.
that's why I think they'd want to put it in Oklahoma City though, and be the Oklahoma City Chargers, and then you could like they would market the shit out of it being like they call it Lightning City or something
Mhm.
like they do everything.
They'd call
they
it.
could.
Well, we can't do Thunder Alley again after all those people got shot. So
You could do Thunder Alley still, but I mean like the bit like citywide. They
Mhm.
would like start marketing as something to do with lightning and
it would just completely
or
ruin
storms.
Chandler and Luther and that whole area. It would ruin. What is that? Stroud. Stroud would be done for. That's the city right in between the two. Where are we at? We were talking about football at one point.
Nah.
Giants. I do think that they. Oh yeah, we got here because I was talking about their quarterbacks, and I feel bad for them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because the Giants. Yeah, they.
I'm happy that
Drew Lock
Drew
had
Lock's
a-
a journeyman. He's
Yeah,
he's been shipped around a bunch,
Look at
so I'm
that.
kind of happy he's doing all right. And yes, I am happy they're not the number one spot anymore. But at the same time, they're going quarterback. They're not go. They wouldn't get Travis Hunter. They'd get Shadur Sanders at number one.
17 for 23, 309, and 4 touchdowns. Yeah.
He deserves it, in my opinion. Drew Lock does. I mean, he did all right filling in for Geno Smith up in Seattle, but he just didn't really get a good shot. Where did he come from? He came from the Broncos, right? He was drafted by the Broncos. He was a fill-in for a bit. They shipped
Yeah.
him off for the Russell Wilson trade.
Yeah.
And then Geno Smith, pulled it
Did a
out.
lot of with Darnold and doing that too. Been a lot of like
Man,
redemption arcs. Lately.
well, okay, I'm holding out on Darnold. I still just don't feel it. Cause look at Atlanta. How did they do with Kirk Cousins? I mean, do you remember when the Pastronaut was taking off last year, Josh Dobbs? Maybe the Vikings just have a really good coaching staff and a really good supporting cast.
Yeah,
I'm starting to think that you can be a system baby in up there in Minnesota. They have good quarterbacks. I was just reading that Josh McCown, who is their quarterback guy, might be taking an OC job somewhere. Vikings quarterback coach Josh McCown could be a potential target for the Patriots offensive coordinator job if Gerard Mayo retains his job as head coach. And apparently Josh McCown is the quarterback whisperer, which makes sense because wasn't he the one who was in the league for like 20 years?
Yeah.
Like he's gonna know, that all of those teams are picking him up because they were just like, this dude knows ball and he teaches our young guys how to play. It's a free coach, that we can throw on the field sometimes. And now he's an actual coach. I think we're gonna be hearing Josh McCown win a Super Bowl within the next 10 years. I'd put money
With
on
the
that.
Chiefs.
With the team. You know,
What's he? What is he playing? Is he OC now?
He is no, he's the quarterbacks coach
Oh,
for
QB
Minnesota.
coach. Yeah, he'll be OC first, and then
He'll get a head
and then
coaching
a
job,
head
and
coach,
within 2 to
yeah.
3 years, they'll.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he'll eventually be a head coach for sure. I don't know about Super Bowl win though. I mean, that's a lot.
He's essentially the quarterback whisperer. I kind of feel like one of the main reasons that the Vikings have been doing so good on offense has got to be their coach and their offensive coordinator. Because what happened to Kirko Chains? He went down to Atlanta and then disappeared.
Got benched.
And then
Browns fans are thinking maybe they should go for him.
Oh man,
they're in a dark spot.
Speaking of Atlanta, what do you think they do here?
8-8 Atlanta.
Yeah, if they make playoffs with Michael Penix, what do you think they do with Kirk Cousins? Because they owe him a lot of money.
Let's see. So if they have to, what's their playoff?
Who do they play next week? Panthers. Who do the Buccaneers play?
Bucks play the Saints.
Okay.
So the Saints have to beat the Bucks.
This is for the division.
They have to. So it's a Bucks loss and Falcons win. The Falcons have the tiebreaker, I assume.
Yeah, and so they'll get in. So all the Falcons have to do is beat the Panthers and root for the Saints.
Yeah.
It's for both teams. It's win and in.
Yeah. Well, not for the Falcons.
Oh yeah, they still have to wait for the Buccaneers to lose.
Yeah, but for the Bucks, it's win and in. Yeah. Where's the play? Oh, here it is. Playoff picture. So. Yeah. So the Bengals. Oh, that's right. So yes, on the AFC side, Broncos are winning in. Dolphins are win. Broncos lose, and the Bengals need the Dolphins and the Broncos to lose to get in.
Man, out of those 3 teams, I want the Broncos to be there. I was rooting for the Bengals because they're a good team who's had a rough shot this year. I think their defense, they would lose. They would get bounced first round, I think. But Joe Burrow, I think, is a nice enough guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Joe Burrow might be able to. They might be able to. The Bengals, honestly, are the team I want in the least because I think that their offense is good enough to win a shootout with, or at least
with Mahomes.
with any team. Yeah,
Mhm.
like I think Bengals could still win the Super Bowl just by the fact that if they play a team that, I mean, they've been falling out like
No, I've seen the numbers.
uncontrollably. Yeah,
Like Jamar Chase won a lot of people
Yeah,
their
like,
playoff race.
it's crazy. So I think the Bengals are the team I don't want in. Like,
Are they the most threatening?
out of the 3? Yeah, because I think the Broncos, we were close with the Broncos, and I think we're a better team. We're a better team.
But what if they lose this week?
Who?
The Chiefs.
Then the Broncos are in.
Right, but
it's our second string, so we're not starting anybody.
Okay.
They've already confirmed. Like,
All right.
Well, they're not starting in. I don't actually. I'm sure they're gonna still start.
I would still still lost. There's a universe where the Broncos could beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. It would just require the Chiefs sitting all of their starters.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I mean I think the Broncos could still beat the Chiefs. It was close. It was close last time. It
came down to that blocked field goal.
And
wow.
I think the Chiefs are a better team now than they were then.
Yeah, because they didn't have Hopkins yet, and they were still dealing with injuries and shit, right?
And I think that now it would probably still be close because it's a divisional game. Like I think the Chiefs or the Chargers or the Broncos or the Chargers or both. If the Chiefs if they both either they make it to the championship, then
do me a favor, scroll up a little bit. Which of those teams do you find the most threatening on the left side?
Right now?
Yeah.
Well,
really, 3 weeks from now.
Probably the Ravens.
Really, you're not threatened by the Bills? I mean, always what happens is the Bills beat the Chiefs in the regular season,
Yeah,
and then the Chiefs booty blast them in the
yeah,
playoffs.
and that's honestly the only reason that and which might be, I'm sure the Chiefs are taking them seriously. It's just I think our I think it'll be well, actually, yeah, probably the Bills if I think about it more because I still think that our run defense, I think it hasn't been as great um, the last couple of weeks, but it's still been. I mean, our defense has still been.
Are you not threatened by the Chargers at all?
No, not. I don't think the Chargers or the Broncos at this point because I think okay, the Texans know, the Steelers know. I think both of them are they're gonna play each other, right? And so people are talking about it's basically the fraud, like the fraud game,
Yeah.
because they both kind of like slid into
Yeah,
the
neither of them
playoffs.
really deserve to be there.
Well, the Texans is injuries, I think, but they were Stroud
They were
even
just bad.
before,
No, they,
yeah, even
they
before
I
the,
called that. I said that they were about to go
yeah,
on a slide, and
they
they just
had been
did.
doing, he had been doing a lot worse even before the injuries, but
But I think most people predicted C.J. Stroud to regress his
yeah,
sophomore year, but that just means he's going to bounce back next year.
yeah, but
Fantasy
yeah,
fantasy peeps.
I think yeah, probably the Bills, just because I mean, like the same thing I would say about if the Bengals made it in. I think that their offense is good enough to probably have a shootout. I think our defense might be able. It's just really the problem with the Ravens is Lamar Jackson. Obviously, like that's kind of what worries me at this point. If Lamar is playing differently than we played, I mean it was week one.
Yeah, it was
So,
week one. It's been a
but
minute.
I mean yeah, they look like a completely different team. So I mean I don't know. Lamar Jackson's been playing nutty.
I would be worried about the Ravens.
Yeah.
I do agree that the Texans, Steelers are both fraudulent, and um, but are you worried about the Chargers at all?
No, I
They're
don't.
playing a lot better than they were whenever they
Yeah,
played the Chiefs.
yeah, but
McConkey is going crazy.
but it's still just he is, but it's still just I don't know.
Called that.
It's the Chargers.
I called that, by the way.
Yeah, it's the Chargers
I
though.
said that he should have been a
They're
Chief.
gonna they're gonna they're gonna implode. They're gonna lose. Well, one, okay, if this is how it is, right? It's Ravens Chargers at Bills
A
Broncos.
Harbaugh Bowl? Are we getting another Harbaugh Bowl?
Like, do you if Lamar Jackson loses to the Chargers, then I mean it'd be hilarious for one.
Who won the Super
Because
Bowl
Lamar Jackson would be what?
when they played each other? Oh, it was the Ravens one. The last Harbaugh Bowl.
Oh, Harbaugh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because they're gonna be that's Harbaugh's down in Chargers now,
Yeah.
right? And the other one's still coaching the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think the Ravens have that one.
Yeah, no, I think
But
the Ravens.
their defense can't. Their defense isn't as good as the Chargers' offense.
Yeah, but their offense isn't as good as the Ravens' offense.
I think Chargers have a better defense. Have all of their defensive guys been healthy this year? Because
I don't
normally
know. I
they're
don't
just
pay
riddled
attention.
with injuries.
I don't pay attention to the Chargers. I just figure they're gonna implode in playoffs.
I think it might be different. I don't know if it's going to be that's a Chargers thing,
Like
but
Ravens will put up 40 on him.
they have. I think they have a pretty solid chance with Harbaugh. This is his first year,
And then
right?
Bills Broncos. I mean, Bills are gonna smoke the
Man.
Broncos.
Yeah, that's true. I do believe. I'm really happy that Bo Nix got to the playoffs. Oh,
Yeah, good for
who
him.
do you have for offensive rookie of the year?
Oh, Daniel Jones.
Um,
Or no, I'm sorry, Jaden Daniels.
Daniel
I
Jones.
thought I was thinking Daniels, and then
Yeah, I got you. I got it. I see the connection.
Yeah,
Um,
the Daniels.
I think everybody has Jaden Daniels, which
Yeah,
is
Jaden
unfortunate for Brock Bowers.
Yeah, Brock Bowers just having a crazy season.
I would honestly, I kind of feel like Brock Bowers should get it.
It's
know?
gonna be Jaden Daniels.
Man,
QBs
Yeah.
are just QBs,
that's just. I
Yeah.
mean, good for Jaden Daniels, but I feel bad for Brock Bowers.
Jaden Daniels isn't gonna get Offensive Player of the Year
Mm-hmm.
because that's gonna be Saquon because he's not getting MVP.
Like, who's getting MVP?
I don't know.
Honestly,
I think Lamar if it's stats alone, but if you're taking in like situation, Josh Allen. But
You don't
I think it depends
that's
on.
very humble of you to not just say Mahomes
Oh, Mahomes does.
or
Mahomes,
Taylor or Kelsey or any of them.
Taylor, Jawan Taylor.
Swift.
Oh. No, yeah, she does deserve it. Yeah,
She
no,
does.
yeah,
Look at her go,
no,
man. Number one seed.
I don't think it's a purely like QB with best record award. And granted, Mahomes didn't have
Josh Allen, there was a week there where he went crazy, right?
yeah.
Didn't he have like 5 rushing touchdowns or something?
Yeah, that game against the Lions where he lost, or the Rams where he lost, was I think he went.
Oh,
It was a really crazy game. It was
well,
like
but that could be
he had
just.
did he have 2 and 3, like two rushing, or
Man, I've
two
missed so
passing,
much
three?
good football this year. Ugh, I hate this damn
Yeah,
job. Um, I feel like the I didn't get to see that game, so that could be garbage time of him just balling out and going crazy, you know. But who do you think's a better runner?
over Josh or Lamar.
Yeah,
Oh, Lamar.
not just statistically. Lamar.
Lamar, yeah. But I don't know. Lamar has still every time he runs, he claims he's never running full speed. I mean, I don't know.
I'd say the same thing if I was running full
Yeah, I don't
speed.
know.
I'd be
Yeah,
winded and just be like, "You ain't seen sixth gear yet."
yeah. No, I think Lamar's just more elusive. I think the problem like Josh Allen can just run people over, but in doing that, he's gonna get injured more.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I guess he's kind of a tank, so it just depends on like what kind of running style you want out of a quarterback too. They both kind of have their own. Lamar's just juking everyone out of their shoes and doing
And
crazy stuff, and just taking off and running 60 yards like it's nothing. But Josh Allen can, run 60 yards, but he's gonna have to track somebody to do it.
hmm
Like Lamar will juke him. Like I guess that's kind of the. I think obviously, and Lamar's faster, obviously. Um,
Yeah, that's true. I was gonna say the only really big difference is that Josh Allen will run into people,
yeah,
and Lamar
yeah,
Jackson will run around him.
yeah.
Um, if I had to, if you were fantasy drafting, you had the number one pick on a quarterback. Which one of those two would you take?
Oh, with how
Let's say,
Lamar's
let's say,
passing has improved, like you're talking about, like right now, or
yeah, you are in control of the new Chargers franchise, and it's a big. Everybody's dropped into a pool, and except you're the third pick, so Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts are already gone, so you can't have the two good ones.
I don't know. I don't think
So
I'm
you
like
kind of have to get the washout.
I'm not like smart enough to like I don't know. I think I'd take that's so hard. Oof. Probably Lamar because I think Lamar has shown this year at least so far. I mean, he's even against the Chiefs. I mean,
If you put someone scary like Derrick Henry next to him,
yeah,
Lamar just goes insane.
yeah. If you have somebody, I mean, you saw
That's a
that
Dark Souls boss right there.
that
Is
big
that
play that
yeah.
he had where he ran in for the touchdown, and it was because Will Anderson Jr. It was against the Texans.
Yeah, I didn't
He
think
bit so hard on the handoff to Derrick Henry, so hard.
I wasn't that impressed by that play, but I've
But
seen it on all the highlights. And I'm
yeah,
just like he's just running to the outside. He's doing
well,
Lamar Jackson things.
if
Isn't
if
this normal?
if Will Anderson Jr. didn't bite as hard as he did, like it was the guy behind him runs into the other guy that didn't bite.
Isn't Will Anderson the guy that the Texans drafted at like number 3 if they
Yeah,
traded up for?
yeah.
Oof.
He
Well,
had,
he's young.
yeah, he hasn't
He's
had it.
playing against real veterans there with
I
Derrick
don't know
Henry and Lamar
if
Jackson.
he might. I'm curious if he has 10 sacks yet
This season or in general?
this season and all.
He was born September 2nd, 2001. So like as soon as he was here, shit just started going down.
Okay, so he has. Okay, he did. He's at 11 this year. So he's actually, he has one more game too. So he's having a pretty good year this year. But I think that was 2 big games. Yeah, he had a 2-sack game against the Titans and a 3-sack game against the Patriots.
Man, dude, imagine if your name was Bronco Nagurski.
1.5 sacks against the Bears. No sacks against the Chiefs. Half sack against the Ravens. And I mean, a sack a game ish.
He's only recovered one fumble.
I guess
It looks
so.
like.
Yeah,
Oh, and he's missed half the year.
he missed 3 games.
Well, I have it pulled up on Wikipedia. Uh,
been 8 games started. That's old.
That's old.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
looking at he played. Yeah, I mean he went 1 through 8, and then he came back week 12, and
Okay.
he's been playing since week 12. So
Okay. Man, Wikipedia, get better.
that's
I
13.
expected better from the nerds on Wikipedia.
Yeah, but
This is why this is why you need to donate.
yeah,
When was the last time you donated to Wikipedia?
never in my
Have
life.
you ever bought WinRAR?
I've never donated to Wikipedia. Never.
Wow. You just like free things, but
Speaking
you
of
don't
it,
like giving
I
back.
need to
I
zip some
noticed.
stuff on my PC.
Okay. I bet Christmas is really fun for you.
No. See any good games coming up next week? Yeah, it's
Oh God.
let's see. So any implications? Ravens are probably sitting because are they playing for a?
I don't think so. I think they're locked in.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. What's the divisions look like? Those are both divisional games, so the AFC North is going to get decided on Saturday.
This is a big game for the Bengals and for the Steelers, I think.
Yeah, for both of them.
Yeah.
Go to the little click the machine, the little playoff machine.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, here we
Do you have Week 18 set?
go. No.
What does it look like if the
Yeah, this is all final,
Steelers
so
lose and the Ravens lose? If the two big ones.
Steelers and Ravens lose. Okay. Yeah, they're still in the.
So they're still at number 3. All right. Yeah, they're going to sit their starters.
Yeah, and they're still in. And then even if the. Okay, so since Steelers are going to play, because that could. Oh no, if they lose and the Steelers win though, then they drop down to the 5th seed.
Okay, they're going to play their starters then.
Yeah. So.
Well, I don't know. I would rather, if you are the head coach of the Ravens, and you're.
I'd rather play Houston.
I was about to say, would you rather just sit your starters
Well, let's
and
see.
even,
Okay,
maybe even
so
hope for a loss for
this
seeding?
is also if the Raiders win, they're still 6th seed there, and if the Bengals want to win that game though,
Damn.
I think if the and they might want to just keep the Bengals out too, you know. So I don't know. I don't think the Steelers can beat the Bengals, honestly.
I don't know. I feel
I
like
don't think so.
Steelers defense.
I think
how's it been doing this year? Is T.J. Watt healthy?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think he plays against the Chiefs. Yeah. No, I just don't think they win either way. But so I think the Bengals win. So they've been hot too. Bengals win this, and then so I think the Ravens will assume that Bengals are going to win that. And then let's see, yeah, Eagles win that. Green Bay wins that. It doesn't matter. I guess that's one here.
Yeah. Do Titans just to see. No, they're locked in at 4. They're gonna sit there, guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They won their division already.
All right.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Have the Falcons win.
Let's see the Broncos win. Let's see actually.
Do a tie.
This is big. Okay. This is big for. That's really big for. Yeah, Bengals really want to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
That gets them into the 7th seed. Yeah. And then, but obviously, yeah, because they have to win. And then, oh yeah, but that's on the Dolphins game too. Where's the Dolphins? There it is. So Dolphins are gonna play because.
Yeah, because they gotta win.
Yeah, well, they're dependent on this too, because if they just need the Broncos to lose, which I mean, I don't know who's off. I know Mahomes for sure isn't starting. I know Mahomes is benched. I don't know who else on the offense.
Why? What happened?
We're locked in at number 1 seed.
I regret asking
I know.
questions.
Let me see. Chiefs.
So there's a few games over there that just straight don't matter. The Jaguars and the Colts, the Niners and the Cardinals. And do you think Washington's going to rest their starters? No, they have to because no, they're already locked in.
For the 7, yeah.
The only teams that need to play that really need to is the NFC South games.
Yeah, this is for obviously for the seeding, but they're both locked in. Commanders doesn't matter. The Cowboys are eliminated too, though, so that really doesn't matter. So say even if they lose, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. So if the Bucks, so yeah, the Falcons would have to win, which they should. And then if the Bucks lose, then the Falcons get in. And if the Bucks win, the Bucks are in again. So that's really all that matters for that.
Mm-hmm. NFC is pretty much locked in.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. So yeah, there's only one. Basically it's the Bucks and the Falcons on the NFC, and then the Broncos, Dolphins, Bengals
I think
for the AFC.
What's going to happen realistically is Ravens and Steelers both win, and Steelers just dash those hopes, just get it over with, put it down, and then
You think Steelers win, huh?
yeah, I think
So
Steelers and Ravens both win.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah, yeah. I think Ravens win either way, but
And with that, just the Bengals are just out. It's unfortunate. I want the Bengals to be there, but I think the Broncos win because they are playing their starters against a bunch of
the Chiefs that aren't playing.
a bunch of Chiefs secondary players. And Chargers beat Raiders.
Yeah,
I think that's most likely.
Chargers are locked anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's most likely what it's going to look like. Yeah, Harbaugh Bowl, Fraud Bowl, and Buffalo just beating the living daylights out of Denver.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, they're playing in Buffalo, and it's never cold in Denver.
I don't even think Patriots win against Buffalo second string actually. Man, it's kind of crazy that the Ravens could actually get. Can they get bumped? No, they can't get bumped.
No, the Ravens are locked in.
Yeah.
Theirs is just
They
seeding,
can just get
whether or not they
bumped
play
instead.
Texans
Yeah.
or
But I don't
the Chargers.
think Steelers win. I think Bengals win.
Oh, you think that they just go crazy?
No, I don't think they have to go crazy. I think they're the better team. But this is just. I was looking at Andy Reid will not reveal if Chiefs starters will play Sunday. And it says Andy Reid's history suggests that the Chiefs will have Patrick Mahomes and many other key players as possible. However, Reid said Monday he wasn't ready to reveal his plans until he has a chance to speak with players.
Starting Rashee Rice.
Well,
it's a huge controversy. He's not ready yet.
I think that they're going to talk to the players and say, hey, how much do you want to ruin the Broncos' dreams? How much do you guys hate them? I understand that if you want to keep them out of the playoffs, we will let everybody start as long as they want, and you can come out whenever you want.
So it's just a free day at work.
Yeah, like if you want
to come into work, you can.
Yeah.
If you don't want to, that's fine too.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter.
Yeah. Like if you guys want to come in and get in the game and score some points and keep the Broncos out, like if you really want to make it happen, make it happen.
It's for the love of the job.
Yeah. Do you really hate them that much, you know?
They might be a bunch of professional men and be like, I'm just going to wait till the playoffs. We're doing great. I don't have any reason to go out there. I'm getting paid. And people get injured all the time. I mean, straight up, college players will just sit out of bowl games.
But how good must it feel to ruin a grown man's dreams?
I mean, I get where you're coming from. I understand the petty. I just don't know if those guys will do that.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think they're gonna start. They're gonna arrest a bunch of them. I just don't know with wide receivers. I don't pay enough attention to know if they do. Yeah, I don't know if they've been. We haven't had like a number one wide receiver in a while. I don't remember if they rested Tyreek in weeks.
How wild would it be if McConkey just goes crazy on the Chiefs and knocks them out of the playoffs? And
they would have to get.
I'll give you the biggest. I told you so, because I kept saying McConkey to the Chiefs, and no, you were like, no, I want Adonai Mitchell.
Well, if that was, I mean, yeah, if they were, if this shakes out like this, which is, I think this looks well. I think the Texans win that, and then. Yeah, if
who do you think let's just finish it out. Who do you think wins between the Rams and the
There.
Seahawks?
There we go. So if this is the case,
Hmm.
then Buffalo wins and Baltimore wins. That wouldn't matter. But if they can beat the, because I think they can. I think if this was the case, then yeah, I think we will play Chargers the first game. Honestly.
Mm. Well, I do. You know what? Now that I've thought about it, I do think that the Bengals are just going to go crazy on the Steelers. They're going to have to. They're
Well,
just going
that's
to want it more.
that's this.
Yeah, I know. And but I also earlier said that
Oof.
the Steelers were just going to put them down
Because
and
here,
call it.
if they do put him down, like
I think that this is more likely, but I'm going to be rooting for the Bengals.
this is
There's
Casey's
better
best. This
storylines
is
here.
Casey's best case scenario, in my opinion, right here, because this is Buffalo stomps Denver. Sorry, Denver. Baltimore stomps Los Angeles. Sorry, Los Angeles. I know that LA and Denver, it's divisional games,
Mhm.
and they just always play hard against
Mhm.
the Chiefs.
They have to.
And they just know us. They know the Chiefs too. There's just
Yeah.
players on there. You play them twice a year.
That hate that you want the Chiefs players to feel, that's
Yeah.
actually apathy. Those teams feel toward the Chiefs.
Yes, yeah.
They really don't like
Yeah.
you guys.
And then I think we beat Pittsburgh or Houston. So that's his best case scenario because then we're playing whoever wins between these two because we should be able to beat Pittsburgh, Houston. But if it is this, oof, that's bad. Because not bad because I still think we beat the Chargers, but it's just always close game. It's always a
Man.
close game, and I think
What are you going to do if Denver upsets the Bills?
I'd be so happy because I think we beat Denver. I'm not worried about Denver.
They're going to win this week.
Yeah, because we're resting all of our starters.
What if you guys sit all your starters in the playoffs?
Yeah, true.
See?
Andy usually doesn't do that though.
I've noticed that consistently he'll play his players in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
yeah. He's pretty good about that, not forgetting to start his starters.
He should have sat Mahomes at halftime in the Eagles Super Bowl because you know what? This is that butterfly effect because
Yeah.
now his ankle's bugging him.
Yeah. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this is best case though. But what about you? How do you feel about the NFC? What do you?
As the NFC representative, I think that it's all locked in. That's the big
Yeah.
problem with the NFC is it's kind of already
Well,
decided.
Tampa Bay or Falcons, who would you?
I think
Because that's going to be who you end up. You beat.
I think there's better storylines if Atlanta makes it because there'll be two rookie quarterbacks who brought their teams to the playoffs. Even though Michael Penix didn't show up until like at the very end, but it's just gonna be. I want to see what Atlanta will do if they accidentally fall into the playoffs.
I like this better.
I think the Tampa Bay is more likely to make it.
Man,
I like Baker.
Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's just been balling.
I'm scared of Baker.
Yeah,
we tend to lose to Tampa Bay, and I hate that.
So for that, Green Bay would have to beat Los Angeles, which I think is possible.
That's possible.
Yeah,
I think Green Bay. Honestly, between those two, I think Green Bay's the better team.
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
I mean,
but it would also require Tampa Bay getting past Detroit, which I don't see happening. Oh, I see Detroit winning that, by the way. They're getting first seed. Detroit beats the Vikings.
mm,
Do you not read the script? Do you not read the emails I send you?
I think Vikings win. And Detroit's been so close to dropping one. I don't know. I just think
Dan Campbell is just silly.
He's-
And isn't he fun? I think the Detroit Lions, what's happening with them right now, is very good for the league.
yeah,
I wish he
think
would
it's
do.
fun,
I
yeah.
wish he would do more dumb stuff.
Yeah, this is Dan Campbell and the Lions are doing what the 2019 Chiefs were doing. Everyone was like, "Oh, they're so cute. We love them."
Mm-hmm.
Like or 2018 really when
Yeah.
when he won the MVP. That was everyone. Oh, look, the Chiefs are so fun to watch. Oh my gosh, it's electric. We love it so much. And then it's gonna be in like 3 years, But don't worry, Mahomes is gonna stop it.
Just gonna stop it.
No, I think Detroit. I think I I don't know. I don't think Minnesota. I don't think they're frauds at all. I don't know if they have enough to beat Detroit. I
Yeah,
agree.
I think
I
Detroit
think
wants it
Detroit
more,
wins this game, but okay. So if this is the case,
and it's in
I think
Detroit.
Tampa Bay can beat Minnesota,
Yeah, I think Tampa Bay could beat Minnesota.
and I think Green Bay can beat LA. And if that's the case, then you'd be playing Green Bay.
I would rather play Green Bay.
I think Eagles beat Green Bay. I think Detroit. Or no, you want to be sorry. You'd be playing Tampa Bay because Detroit would be playing six seed.
Oh, damn,
If
man,
Green
why do
Bay,
I have to be
yeah,
the 2 seed?
yeah. So it'd be Detroit, Green Bay, and then Philly, Tampa Bay.
Who are we playing this week? Oh, we're playing the Giants.
Yeah, you're beating the
Philly
Giants.
should rest their starters. By the way, Giants might take that game.
Okay, well it doesn't have any implications.
I know, but I just want to. It should be said. I don't think Saquon should go for the record. Um,
I think he does.
I don't think he should.
I think he does though.
If he does, good for him, and I hope he
He's
gets it.
mad,
But I
man.
hope he, because are they in?
This
Oh,
has just been
God.
this has been chilling here for so long. just
They're
so
playing.
you
They're
know,
playing
but
in Philly. I was worried they were playing at MetLife. Oh, that would have been terrifying.
It's just probably dry.
Saquon, I'm just worried about him. I just, he's doing so good right now. It would be so goddamn shitty for him to get hurt. I would not. I don't want to go into the playoffs with Kenneth Gainwell. Okay, you know, I'm just like, please let us just
Yeah.
have our 2,000-yard rusher.
They might just.
He is
it's
only.
it's gonna be up to him. I bet. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna let him if he wants it, and I bet he wants it.
Ah, God, I don't know if he wants it.
He might not actually. He might.
He already had
rest.
his revenge game. He
Yeah.
went crazy on him earlier this
Well,
year.
I mean, it's not. I don't even think it's about the revenge game. I just think it's about the legacy, right? Like he wants.
I really hope it's just to spite Tiki Barber.
Yeah. He might not. He might not want it though. Because he kind of seems like the guy that he doesn't care. He just wants. Like he's been mic'd up so many times saying just like Jalen Hurts being like, oh sorry man, I want to give you that one, and he was like, oh man, I don't care, I just want to win.
Yeah.
Like that's just Saquon. Like, so I don't know. It's hard to say whether or not he's one of those like I didn't even know. Like when AP was like he's like I didn't even know I was that close.
Mhm.
Like.
And he barely has it. It's
Yeah.
2005. The next one up is 2006, and that was Derrick Henry's, I think.
Yeah.
But so I mean, he could just like go for it, but he'll do it in less carries.
Yeah.
More games but less carries.
Yeah. Which
Uh,
I think is arguable.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like, oh, he had one more game. It's like, yeah, but he had less carries. So I think yards per carry is more. It's a more.
Indicative of,
Yeah.
of how good you performed.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So as far as the NFC,
So yeah.
I think that Atlanta's going to play hard, but Tampa Bay is also going to play hard.
But you think? I don't think the Saints take it from the Bucks either way.
I don't think they do.
So even if they win here, it doesn't matter. Like, because I just don't think Tampa Bay's taking it.
Yeah.
Or the Saints are taking it. I mean.
I think Washington is going to rest their starters, and I think
Yeah.
Philly should.
So that doesn't like that. Yeah, either way, that does change.
Oh, that changes seeding a little bit.
Yeah, so they might play for the 6th seed to avoid Philly. Because you're locked in at 2.
Oh yeah.
So they're probably not resting starters. And
have
that
the-
with Green Bay. That's with Green
You
Bay.
should have the Rams beat Seattle. No, actually have the Rams lose. See what that looks like.
Oh yeah, that does change the.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna play. They're gonna play. They're gonna ball out.
But I think Rams. Yeah, the Rams could lose though.
Wait, what is? Have Tampa Bay lose? Where's that gonna put the Falcons? Is that gonna put them at the number 3 seed?
Yeah, because they win the division. Because of the division winning.
Hit that Saints button.
Yeah, because they're the same. Oh no. they
No,
have
it just goes back. Okay.
Oh, because tiebreaker on record.
Okay.
Or because. Yeah.
Okay. No, I think Tampa Bay balls out. I think LA beats Seattle.
This is crazy to me. 14-3.
Down at 5.
Wild card.
Mm-hmm. Well, they should have won their division.
Yeah. No, I think this is more likely. I think Commanders beat the Cowboys.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think Washington's in. If I would rather play Green Bay or Washington, I'd rather play Washington.
Well, if
We
this
can
is
we can beat them.
if this is the case, you're probably playing the Vikings. I think.
Well, I'm more worried. I'd rather not play Green Bay. I think they're a better team than Washington.
I think this is probably the likely match. This would be my pick for what's gonna happen. For because I don't know, the NFC is kind of like the games.
You
I
think
guess
Seattle's going to beat the Rams?
they could.
I think most likely Tampa Bay's getting in over Atlanta, but I think that they're going to have the 4 seed. I think Rams win this week. Um,
You think this is it?
do you think Cowboys ball out just to mess with Washington?
No, I think Washington's a better team either way. I think they're gonna play for the 6 seed to avoid Philly. I don't know why
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to play Philly first.
We're going to be mad that we don't have the number 1 seed.
Well, yeah, you're always mad you don't have the 1 seed.
We should. We deserve it.
Like every team's mad that doesn't have the one. Every team that doesn't. Like Buffalo's mad.
Buffalo doesn't mind.
Playing Denver. I don't know. Denver's dark horse.
Man,
That the
what if
spirit.
what if Sean Payton just goes crazy in the playoffs?
That the spirit of that horse. That demon horse outside of the airport.
I was about to say the airport.
Yeah.
I think Washington. Who do you think wins between Washington and the Rams?
I think. Oh, I don't know. The Rams have been kind of.
They're not bad.
They've been hot.
I think they've been showing that they're pretty good. You know.
I think, but. Yeah, I don't know. I'd still take Washington, honestly. I don't know. I said like I think like the football gods want a Washington Commanders and Chiefs Super Bowl
Mm-hmm.
to spite Dan Snyder, and obviously Commanders lose, but they make it to reinvigorate the organization. And not last year, for the first year selling, but the second year because they needed the first year was like a purge, and then this is like a path to the Super Bowl lies ahead for them, and to lose to the Chiefs is for the three-peat. Yeah, it's rough, but it's happens.
Mm. I think that over on the left, it's just who do we have again with Houston? I think that the Chargers beat Houston, and Ravens and Bills both beat their teams.
Mm-hmm.
Which would wind up with Buffalo beating the Ravens, and man, the Chargers. Do you think that they can put up a fight?
Home against the Chiefs? No. No, they didn't. They haven't.
Okay, true. Okay, I don't know. I think that they're playing a little bit differently now.
I think we are too.
I think y'all have had to adjust. I feel like they've just
yeah,
gotten
but
to
I don't know, man. I think I think Mahomes has been, he's getting dialed in. He's getting calibrated. He's just adjusting.
Oh yeah, I forget he doesn't actually start playing football until the playoffs.
Yeah, and we got Brown now, and
he's week 17. Like I understand it now.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah. But Hollywood Brown's back now, so you got him and Worthy, so you gotta adjust to the speed, kind of get used to it.
I think. How do you feel this team looks if they have Rashee Rice instead of DeAndre Hopkins?
Instead of Hopkins?
Yeah. Because they get Hopkins as a result of Rice's injury.
Fairly the same. I think Rashee Rice was on pace to have a fantastic year.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think he would have continued to do that. I think he was crazy talented. So.
But he's gonna be dealing with a suspension next season.
Yeah, more than likely.
Gives him a little bit more time to recuperate.
It sucks.
But so do you think Kansas City re-signs DeAndre Hopkins?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he stays, I mean, why wouldn't you after you win a Super Bowl?
Well, there's a lot of assumptions there that you're making because the Eagles are going to be playing too. I just want to say
it's going to be Washington, Kansas City. Do you not read the script?
So you don't read the email. It's going to be an Eagles.
Oh, did you say email? Were you going to say email?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's how I know you lying. We get them all by fax, dude.
Oh.
Come on. You think those billionaires use email?
Dude,
they're all 80.
I tried using AIM, but nobody responded.
Man. You fool.
I um, the teams I'm most worried about are Detroit and Tampa Bay. But honestly, I'm not. I think we're okay. I think we actually have a really solid shot to the Super Bowl. I'm more worried about Washington than I am the Rams. And that's just because Washington's division, they're going to be playing. If they win one playoff game, they're going to be on top of the world, and they're going to want to come at us.
Well,
You know, but they're going to be playing Detroit if they win and we win. So,
yeah.
so I would really hope that the Rams play good because I think we can handle the Rams.
Yeah, if this is the case, this is where you avoid Washington. That you said you don't want to play Green Bay.
Yeah, man. I think we can take Green Bay, but I think that's the better. Like that's going to be a good game to watch.
Yeah.
Um,
Man, I'm so glad the Chiefs are the one seed. I just get to watch playoff football, stress free.
I thought you weren't stressed at all this year.
Huh?
I thought you weren't stressed at all this year. I thought you were just like, yeah, we're going to go undefeated.
Well,
This is the way we're going to go.
Yeah, then we lost we lost to Buffalo, and I have to get to the, like.
Well, are you still coping with that, or have you come to terms with it?
What, to lose it? Well, no, that's the checklist to win the Super Bowl.
That's right.
Yeah.
You lose to the Bills in the regular season.
Yeah, and then we end up playing them in the AFC Championship, that's what we'll have to see them in the AFC Championship this year, and it'll be at home, so always good.
I think, man, the Bills Chiefs rivalry. Do you think it's harder to be a Niners fan or a Bills fan?
What does it look like if the Bengals somehow make it in?
It's just going to be Bengals Buffalo.
Yeah.
Do you think Bengals could beat Buffalo? Would you be worried more if the Bengals make it in and then immediately eliminate the Bills?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be, that second round game would be fucking, if the Broncos come in and beat the Bills, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
If the Bengals come in and beat the Bills, I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want to play this team. Yeah, because I just know Jamar Chase is gonna drop a 200-yard game on us. Him or T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Or T. Higgins historically has been the one who sticks it to us because we usually have it pretty good. Because we had Snead.
There was that one time that T. Higgins stuck it to DeMar Hamlin.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon. Remember the fantasy wise there? That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She lost. It came down to our friends in the fantasy finals. I made the playoffs with my god awful team. It would have looked a lot different had I not got rid of Derrick Henry. But Chris Godwin served well. He got me through for a couple games, but I went on a freaking slide, man. I fell off. I lost like 6 straight. It was bad.
Man. This year. Oof. What are you for fantasy? I mean, in fantasy wise, for the fantasy playoffs, man. Yeah, T. Higgins owners been happy. Jaden, I know Daniels had a good game.
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
If you had Jonathan Taylor in the playoffs, you probably did all right.
It's a good,
he finally did something, you know. Yeah, stats would do it. Oh, that you just went back to the ESPN homepage. I think.
No, this is.
I think you have to sign in to see all the cool stuff.
Yeah, this is week 18 or week 17. Here we go. So this is, I don't know if this is PPR or not, but points wise, yeah, T. Higgins. It looks like it's PPR.
Yep. 13 plus what's 13 plus 18?
That's 40. It's 40 total.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. T. Higgins and Joe Burrow were the top two. Both questionable. I know they're not gonna not play.
Oh yeah, they were gonna be playing. Malik Neighbors also had a huge game, which was really nice. Man, I'm so worried about Tampa Bay. The fear you feel about the Bengals is the fear I feel about Tampa Bay.
So, Giants no longer have #1 pick. That means that they're no longer going to be able to get Shedeur Sanders for the.
They have like the 3 pick, and the #1 isn't going to be locked in at quarterback. It's a really weak quarterback year.
Well, I think it would be if they were #1. I think they've taken Sanders, and
Yeah.
then they're probably trying to. I saw someone talk about it that Patriots being number one, and then trading Drake May to the number two to get number one and number two to take Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, which would be insane.
Be the craziest move. Um, I mean, who's it to that needs a quarterback?
I think it's
I don't think.
is it Titans at two?
Yeah, are they going in on Will Levis?
I don't think so.
They might. I think they might go with a someone in the off season,
Here, let's see.
free agency.
Here's wide receiver, tight end, running back. So T Higgins, Malik Neighbors. Oh yeah, Trey McBride had a big game. Crazy, first touchdown of the year.
Yeah, that's
Man,
insane. Right there at the end.
first touchdown of the year. Should have dropped it. So funny. Our friend in fantasy football had him said Trey McBride coming. He won by, and he ended up winning by more because of Amon Ra. I mean,
Yeah, I actually messaged him. I told him that
he's
he
so
should
funny.
sit Amon Ra.
He's so funny. No, why?
Just a quarterback kneel it.
No, I told on that too. But he was like, I know. I was like, you could sit him if you're really that worried that you think Amon Ra is gonna just get concussed and fumble. Like you'd have to.
It happens.
Dude,
I'm sorry, dude. It happens.
no, come on.
I would just be like, I just want to win. But I've also spent 10 years in this damn league, running the league, watching everybody else win. You know, trying to fix it in my favor, trying to actively cheat and still losing. It's awful being commissioner. No, I do. I'm fair. I'm fair. I'm not just doing weird stuff. Um, Devontae Smith had a huge game, which was nice. But that was mostly because we have. Oh man, uh,
Was that Kenny Pickett?
it was Tanner McKee.
Oh, wasn't it both?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Pickett hit him once,
Like
and then McKee
Kenny
hit him
Pickett
later.
was the first half, and then McKee second.
So I've been so excited to see Tanner McKee this whole time. We drafted him. He's this tall, 6'6" dude from Stanford, so he's
Yeah.
smart, and he's like our preseason guy. That's the
Mhm.
guy we always have playing in the preseason. I'm like, I want to see him in the regular season. Balls out,
Yeah.
100+ yards, 2 touchdowns. You know,
He's going somewhere next year.
no, I hope not. I've been
Yeah.
wanting him so bad
I
to
bet
like play games, but it's like Jalen Hurts is so good.
He's gonna play. I bet he starts next week, and if he balls out, like 100% trade bait. Why else? Come on, you
Man,
got Jalen Hurt. You're not getting rid of Jalen. So if you're starting someone at the end of the year with and they're balling out, someone's gonna come looking,
it reminds me. Who was that?
and you're not just gonna keep him when you have.
Who was that Bengals quarterback that was the backup to Andy Dalton and balled out with them to get him to the playoff? AJ McCarron. But they never moved on him.
Yeah.
You know, they held on to him for too long and his value went down.
Poor
I
guy.
mean, yeah, but I've always wanted Tanner McKee to also play. Like,
I just
I just
think
hated that they kept getting like Marcus Mariota and Kenny Pickett. I'm just like,
Yeah.
dude, let McKee get some snaps.
that's what I mean. Though I think. Well, I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe, but if you do that, then obviously I don't know what's Kenny Pickett's contract. He's just on a 1 year.
Yeah, he's just one.
Oh, then yeah, maybe they move on. Maybe they just move him up the depth chart and get rid of people.
But Kenny Pickett has a really good story. He was a Philly fan, so you know, I'm really happy that he gets to play here, play there. I say, I
Yeah.
should say.
I'm good at that.
Okay. Oh, it says right here, Rams coach Sean McVay said resting starters in Week 18 is probably the direction that we'll go.
Yeah. Then Seahawks definitely could win.
It's most likely going to be Garoppolo and Blake Corum
So-
getting a start over Kyron Williams.
So I think
and Matt
actually
Stafford.
Steelers. So he doesn't care about. He's not worried about seeding. He's just saying.
He's just going crazy. He doesn't
Yeah.
he doesn't
These
throw
are where
caution
our
to the
lives.
wind.
Where did we go? Where was that playoff picture? So that oh dang it, that was the ESPN playoff machine. Oh well, I think that makes it. It'll be interesting to see where they end up then, because that could move them if they lose, right?
Hmm.
So
Well, it just moves them down, and they're just playing the Chargers.
yeah.
I think it's going to be Chargers,
No,
Ravens, and
No. I'm talking about the Rams though.
oh, Rams. That's right.
Yeah.
It moves them
They be playing
the Vikings.
Yeah.
Whoever loses the Lions Rams game or Lions Vikings game is who the Rams would wind up playing, unless the Falcons sneak it in. Otherwise, if the Rams lose and Tampa Bay wins, Tampa Bay moves to the 3 seed.
That's crazy too. Yeah. Yeah, and then Rams would be 4.
And I'm more worried. I'm so scared of Tampa Bay.
Man, yeah, the NFC wild card.
They just
crazy.
beat the hell out of us, dude.
The wild card's crazy in the NFC.
Yeah. The AFC, honestly, AFC is just going to be coasting. Just a whole lot of just, you already know, Bills are probably going to take it, Ravens are probably going to take it. But I don't know. I think there's better storylines there with the Steelers and the Texans playing each other, just being so just like, hey, man, I didn't think I was going to see you either, you know? And you got the Chargers and the Ravens, the Harbaugh Bowl. And I just feel like the Broncos stand a chance. They could. It would be crazy. I mean, the Bills lost to the Rams, you know?
Yeah, true.
So it could happen that
Yeah.
the Broncos just pull it out and have
I
a
just
really
think-
good game.
What's the I mean, depends on. I wonder they're going to be in Buffalo, so I don't know what the weather's going to be like.
It gets cold in Denver.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're good on this.
Yeah, I'm good. No, but I mean, they're indoors though.
Who?
Denver. They don't, right? They have a dome. Don't they have a retractable? Like, can't they close it if it snows?
I don't know if it's retractable. I thought that
Okay.
I thought Mile High was just straight up open air.
Oh no, it is just open air. Okay.
Yeah, they have snow games there.
Yeah. I should know that, but I'm behind.
You just don't care about your opponents. You're just like, I'm a Chiefs fan. They're awful. That's all I need to know.
I've been to Mile High
I'm
Stadium
surprised you
multiple
didn't
times.
just immediately start clowning on the fact that they didn't have a retractable dome. Like, oh, they're too broke to
They're too
even have a
poor,
dome.
no.
Like, damn.
No, I've been to Mile High a couple times. They're at least their VIP section, their box seats. I was serving drinks up there as a for a bullet when I was in the military. I volunteered.
Wait, they had you serving drinks?
Yeah. They told us that they were going to let us watch the game after the third quarter when they stopped serving drinks. So we were just bringing drinks to people in their boxes, or they weren't like the boxes. They were like
Did you see anyone famous?
no.
Did you see
'cause
John Elway?
They weren't boxes. They were like, I don't know what you would call it. They were just like the
Club seating.
club seats. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, club seats. Yeah. So I mean, I don't think there's anyone famous up there. We weren't serving to actuals.
Did you see Mark Cuban?
No, no. But yeah, and then they told us we'd be able to watch the game, but they meant just on the TV inside, because like in the little concession area they had like a giant TV up there. Because we tried to watch it from the aisles, and they're like, you can't. And they're like, well, can we sit if we find open seats? They're like, no, you can't. It's just like, oh, okay.
Speaking of fan seating and fans and stuff, I just remembered a fun little story that happened this week. Tanner McKee's first NFL touchdown was to A.J. Brown. And A.J. Brown got the ball, turned around, and immediately launched that shit right into the stands.
Never getting it back.
Fucking threw that thing away.
Gosh.
But
what a good guy.
equipment manager was immediately on it, brought the guy down, stole the ball from him, hustled it out of him, said, give me that. And the guy said, here. No, he was like, hey, give me that, actually, for real. That's the quarterback's first touchdown. We need to go give that to him. So equipment manager got it back, and then they had him had A.J. Brown sign a jersey and give it to the guy.
Fan.
Yeah.
That's not as equivalent. Well, I guess it depends on what Tanner McKee goes off and does.
Yeah, I would be like, I don't know, what's it worth to him?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think
he's a Philly fan. He's gotta be a bad guy.
I think in the terms and shit, when you buy the ticket, I bet there's like, or attending the game, there's probably something
definitely
there.
Thing about taking equipment or
yeah,
getting a
so
ball.
I think they can like legally just come and take it from you. I know with baseball they can.
Well, but then there was that guy who got Tom Brady's last touchdown ball.
Yeah.
You know.
But
man, that thing went down in value really fast.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
What happened to Tom Brady's actual last touchdown ball?
I'm sure he has it.
Why?
I don't know.
He has so many.
Because he knew they weren't making the playoffs that year.
Yeah.
And he probably knew he was going to retire after that game.
And nobody,
right? Or did they lose in the playoffs?
everybody sort of forgot about it because they were just like, oh, we're not gonna. His last touchdown ball wasn't in the Super Bowl.
Did he make the playoffs?
No, they missed it that year.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. See, this is all Adam Schefter's fault.
Right? I believe him too. Let's see, Tom Brady. Let me get to Wikipedia. So it's up to date for Tom Brady, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Scroll.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot. He did a lot of stuff.
Final season. First career losing season, so no.
First career losing. Man, the drop off on quarterback is so harsh. Do you think Aaron Rodgers plays next year?
Oh, but they did make the playoffs. It says he was pulled against the Dallas Cowboys in the wild card. He passed for he had 351, 2 touchdowns and one pick, and 31-14 though in the loss. 66 pass attempts.
He was doing everything he could.
35 35 for 50. Sorry, 35 out of 66. So I mean, that's kind of crazy. That's not great numbers, but I mean, 66 pass attempts is crazy.
Yeah, they were wearing his arm out. They were saying, "Hey, this might be it for you." So.
Yeah, and that was it. Then he retired.
I feel like the drop off on quarterback is really hard. Whenever a quarterback has a really bad season, that wasn't that bad of a season. It was just his first not good season. But the bar's really high for Tom Brady. Like Peyton Manning's last year was awful.
Yeah.
You know, didn't they play like they won the Super Bowl, right? And then he played the next year, but he got hurt and they pulled him or something, and they had Brock Osweiler play, or was it the Super Bowl year that they pulled him?
I can't remember.
Is it because it's another
Didn't
team?
he just win the Super Bowl?
Is it because it's the Broncos?
Didn't he win with the Broncos and retire after?
No, I think, did he retire after that Super Bowl win?
I thought he retired after the Super Bowl.
I thought he played one more season and it was just god awful.
I might be wrong.
Peyton Manning.
Oh, I'm already there.
His name. Guess what Peyton Manning's middle name is?
Eli.
Wrong, man. William.
Imagine if it was Eli.
Man, I like those two guys. Those dudes, they're pretty funny.
They are. I like watching on Monday night. I watched the Manning cast.
I like that Manning really takes the sport. That Peyton really takes the sport seriously, and Eli, you could take it or leave it.
Yeah, February 2016, Broncos defeated the Carolina Panthers.
Oh yeah, he did retire after the Super Bowl win.
Manning announced his retirement after 18 seasons on March 7th, 2016.
He did not do good that year.
Yeah, he won the Super Bowl and then retired. But yeah, he didn't have a good year when he won.
How do you feel? How do you feel if Mahomes does it? What if Mahomes
I would
does it?
Yeah, like I'd be his. So Manning's last year when they won the Super Bowl, he played 10 games, started 9, went 7-2, 2,200 yards, so 224. Yeah, it was his career low. It was his career low.
I'll say I think his rookie season was really bad,
but it was his career low in yards per game.
Man, what does that 2013 season look like?
Only 9 touchdowns, 17 ints. Oof. 67.9. It was his worst. It was his worst of his career, and he won the Super Bowl. Yeah. Crazy.
Who else is the old guard? Aaron Rodgers is gone. Do you think Aaron Rodgers plays next year?
Not with the Jets.
No, he's not going back to the Jets. They're gonna go whoever.
I don't know. It'd be crazy
because
if you go somewhere else and then Devontae Adams falls, like everyone else falls him over, like I don't know.
That's what's gonna happen. He's got to have his
to the Titans. Like everyone, do they all just go to the Titans?
Do they all just go to the Titans now?
Like let's try somewhere else, guys. You guys y'all been to Tennessee?
He's got him just a little minivan.
Oh man.
Come on, guys.
Dude, that would be crazy. I don't know. I would love it for just like the drama of it. Like just it would be
Who's
so
gonna get the
good.
Rodgers curse?
Yeah.
Well, he's got to complete the cycle, and he's got to go play for the Vikings. You
Yeah.
know, that's what Brett Favre did.
Yeah.
He's got to have a huge resurgence over there.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Imagine they get Rodgers with that offense, and it's just like, and he's not like being a drama queen. And that's right. That's how it would be because he just goes over and he's just like, no, I just love the organization
I
here.
just love the. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing all that again.
Yeah. He's just I just want to play football, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't do drugs. I
I
stopped
don't
doing
do-
ayahuasca.
I'm done with that one.
Yeah. I believe
No,
in
it's gonna be
vaccines.
because of the drugs that he's just
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, no, I saw how that scrub Sam Darnold did, and I said that could be me.
it could be me. And I knew that I could just come in and take his job.
I could do that.
Have you ever taken another man's job?
Yeah, he just starts staring at him.
Have you ever looked a man in the eyes as you took his livelihood from him? The power that you feel. Career end year.
I feel like
Yeah, Mike Evans balled out.
I think if Rodgers plays again next year, which I honestly think he's gonna retire, but if he doesn't, I think he goes to the Browns. I think the Browns are about to be in a situation where they're really gonna have to figure out their quarterback situation. You know, they can't just.
They need to, yeah.
I don't think it's a great strategy for them to have Deshaun Watson and then play until he gets hurt and then just have their second quarterback just do all the work for them.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, no, there's
they
not
need
gonna
if they're
work.
going to do that, they need Case Keenum.
Well, like, what else are they gonna do?
I mean, get rid of Watson.
It doesn't matter.
Lead with that guy.
But
Yeah.
like, it doesn't. But it doesn't even matter. The money for Watson, your QB1 money, is gone. He's restructuring. Yeah, that's what was recently announced that he was restructuring his deal. But like, it's not less money. That he's just probably sure I'll take 5 million less a year and to take another whatever 20 million at the end. However, he has what like 4 more years.
4 more years. Isn't that just awful? Could you imagine if Mahomes was bad and he signed to all of that 10-year thing, just immediately got the money and started
Man,
sucking?
it wouldn't even matter. No, I would if Mahomes won a Super Bowl and then
At that, did they only have one or two at that point?
one.
Just one?
Yeah, we had one because it won and then we made it to the Super Bowl and we won the one and then lost the AFC Championship his first year to Brady, then won the Super Bowl sorry, not his first year, second year, 2018.
Right. Yeah.
Then,
Well, he's had his first year,
yeah.
but we all know that.
Only played one game.
Yeah.
It matters. The first stats because people always pull the first 7 years and stuff like that. Like anyways, and then Super Bowl 2019 against the 49ers, and then 2020 made it to the Super Bowl but lost to Tom Brady and the Bucks. Right? Or was that 2021?
That was 2020.
Okay, yeah, and then 2021 we lost in the AFC Championship to the Bengals,
Right.
and then the Rams beat them in the Super Bowl, and then 2022, 2023, and then
What happened those years?
Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Yeah.
What if
And
so?
then he signed. He signed after we lost to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure it was after
The Buccaneers won.
yeah, I think that's when.
That was a tough Super Bowl loss. Have you ever gone back and watched that one?
Yeah,
That's the one where the wide receivers couldn't catch for anything.
Yeah, and well, our O line was just awful, and Mahomes was fighting for his life.
Do they? Do they have? How's Chiefs' offensive line looking these days? I know Creed Humphrey's really good.
We're good at
Is Jawan Taylor still doing Jawan Taylor things? And
we're holding sometimes and false starting sometimes, and but overall, since we moved Joe Tooney to left tackle now, he was a guard, but we moved him out to tackle to take over because it was Suma, the rookie that we had, and then Wanye Morris were both doing awful. So they moved Tooney out there, and actually he's been doing pretty good. And I mean, Jawan Taylor's like a decent tackle. He's not awful. So I mean,
He's fine when he's
yeah.
not drawing
I don't
flies.
understand why we
He's
signed
okay
him for
when
as
he's
much as
not.
we signed him for. I don't know why we gave him a huge contract. He's doing the same things everyone. Like it's so crazy. You go back to old, like even just Reddit threads of people talking about Jawan Taylor, and that's what they're saying. Just like, oh yeah, he false starts all the time. Like oh yeah, like he's not great at protection. Like
The two things that are required for the
yeah,
offensive line is to stand still and
yeah.
protect.
Yeah, well, the false starting is him trying to get that. He's trying to time the snap to get that extra step. Like, what's his
I
name?
can't hate him too much. Lane
Cause
Johnson does
yeah,
it.
that's what I
Yeah,
was gonna
Lane
say.
Johnson does it a lot.
Yeah, and but
But Lane Johnson's a vet who has proved himself.
and I think Lane Johnson is probably a little bit better at it than Jawan Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. And Jawan Taylor's trying to do it like he is like good at it.
So
And I don't think he is.
the way I understand the rule is the tackles are allowed to move
As soon as the ball starts moving.
No, so the rule is they all have to have their helmet within the center's belt space.
Yeah.
So there can still be, as long as their helmet is within the center of that, they can move and while he's snapping the ball. That's why guards can look around and stuff like that before the ball is snapped.
No, but he can't move you have to have your feet set though. You can't move he can't move his foot back.
No, they can. They can.
No, they get called for false starts for that. That's what they get called for.
If you move too much and your head goes out of that belt area, yeah.
Okay, I believe you.
Yeah.
I haven't ever looked into the actual rules on it.
They need to adjust it. It's
Yeah.
an old rule
Yeah.
but it's the whole belt space is just to kind of make sure
So
that they
once
can't.
if you move and then pull up,
Yeah, start doing
that's
too
why
much.
he's getting called for false starts for those times.
Yeah.
It's because okay.
But if you can shift a little bit, but a lot of people don't get it or don't
Yeah.
care. They just
I
want
always
they,
thought it was
you have to be completely still until the ball is snapped.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That you have to be like you can start moving, but like the thing is like what people see is the ball coming out, and that's not when they can start moving. So that people watching are like, "Oh, you're false starting," but the ball's already started to as soon as that ball starts to move.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can time it as soon if they know like it's a 3 second count to or he says hut and then or whatever the snap count or whatever word is, and he says it, and the the whole line knows what it is, so they can obviously like there's people who try and jump it as soon as they can, like Jawan Taylor, because he wants that extra edge. That's how I thought it was. Is that they just know exactly, or they're trying to time the snap perfectly to what the cadence is. Like in their head, they're hearing the thing. Okay, one misses. Okay, I can move. Kind of thing or whatever.
They're just trying. Yeah, they're just trying to time it.
Yeah, perfectly as soon as they know that the center is going to start snapping the ball because that's when it is. And as a viewer, you can't really see it like like it's you're trying to time it like in live vision. You're not gonna really be able to say like because it's so close.
Yeah, it happens so quick.
Yeah, but if you can move it like and it doesn't, as long as your whole body's there, then yeah. I guess so. If you're off the line, that's when you can't move prior to the ball being snapped.
Yes, wide receiver. Well, no. You can't. So
you can't. I know like the offensive line can't like they can't shift because they get called for false starts for shifting.
Yes.
Like the centers. Or the center and the guards.
Well, if the center is moving the ball around, doing something, the guards can turn. They can hit you. They can smack you. They can point at things.
Yeah.
They can.
But
tackles can too. They can hit you. They can point and stuff like that.
There's a point though where everyone can move around, and then once they all get stopping it set, then it's like, oh hey, everyone's set.
Yeah, I don't know if that's an official rules thing as much as it is a just kind of just human nature to get ready and.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming.
Yourself.
That's what I always assume as a viewer that's what it is. Is that my interpretation of it is that they can talk and to make shifts and stuff, and then everyone has they're like okay everybody's we're set, or even if it's like 5 seconds whatever, and then everyone stops, and then they're like everyone gets set and stop moving. Yeah, and because you have to have everyone has to be set and not moving it's like a before you snap the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know that for sure because that's illegal Like you can't have anyone.
Like running towards the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, exactly. You can have lateral movement, but you can't have like like.
Well, there's a lot of times in
You can't. The whole line can't be sitting there looking around and talking and like moving and then like snap the ball.
there's a lot of times where the guard will have to hit the center when it's time for him to
No, yeah.
snap the ball.
Oh yeah, I know
You
that's
know,
like a
that sort of
silent
thing.
count. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he snapped. He hits. They get set and then he snaps.
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
have to like get set.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I do believe that you can't just like be in motion.
Yeah.
But at the same time, no, yeah, you can. You can totally snap the ball when someone's in motion.
No, only laterally. But I mean, not on the
True,
line
yes.
though. Not on the
Not
line.
on the line, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what false start is. Like
Yeah.
the false starts exist, right? That's when like it's like you're moving, like you get set and then you move.
Mhm.
Like you're set.
I think for
On
the
the
center,
line.
it's a lot more strict because
Yeah.
you are holding the
Well,
ball.
yeah, but I think you see the guards get called and wide receivers get called for it too, and they like kind of make it. It's like I assume false start is like making a movement of like starting,
Yeah.
like that you're about to start the play before it's snapped to like try and draw someone off sides.
I think what could happen is let's say the refs are just kind of being like these guys are just talking, doing a whole lot and stuff like that, and then as soon as a defensive lineman like just runs into them before the snap while they're talking and hitting each other, he just runs into them.
Oh, that's
And-
off sides, yeah.
Or they could be like, no, he was moving around and stuff like that, and they may get him for false
No,
start.
no.
I don't know.
No.
But I do think that the rules may be more strict for centers
I
because
think-
they have the ball
I'm
and
sure
they're gonna
there's. I haven't.
because
Yeah.
I've seen refs. It's also determined on the refs because they could very easily just be like, he moved the ball slightly, boop, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I think most refs are like that. If the center moves the ball before when they're set.
Hmm.
Like I don't think there's like if everyone's looking around and then like because that's I don't know. I think there's a point where you have to get set on the offensive if you're on the line and the wideouts too where you're set. You can look around and like wave and do it. You can do all this, but if you like kind of act like you're gonna jump, right? Isn't that kind of the
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
No, that sounds right.
I have to look it up. That's a lot of work though. Yeah, fantasy's over. We both lost.
I lost. It was unfortunate. But I also made playoffs whenever ESPN or NFL said that I was going to have an awful season.
I lost to the champion, so I don't feel too bad. I mean,
You had a good team.
yeah, he really did have a crazy. He started going off on the right time too. My
Mhm.
team went cold, the wrong time.
Laporta did all right.
Yeah, I just like Jaden Reed just kind of two hit or miss. Rasheed Rice getting injured was kind of rough. I should have made a trade, but it's hard to shift tight ends when everybody when it's a 10-man league too. Everyone
No
kind
one's
of had
got one.
everyone already had a tight end. No one. It wasn't like Laporta was having like a crazy like run.
I had so many Chargers on my team at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. Malik Neighbors going crazy. Malik Neighbors and Jonathan Taylor going crazy for me in the playoffs is hilarious because I lost. So
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts getting hurt that 1 week really just killed me.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin went off. Brian Robinson had a kind of cold games too, and then my wide receivers is really because obviously and Derrick Henry did nothing when I lost.
Oh yeah, he had
Yeah.
a cold game there.
Yeah, that was when it was all just like Lamar Jackson going nutty,
Mhm.
and Derrick Henry did nothing, and it was like okay, like
For-
not only though that like he put up like 180 points against me, which I'm so used to.
man,
It was,
you did that was rough. I remember
Yeah.
checking in. Just for other fantasy nerds out there, it should be said that Darnell Mooney is probably going to get 1,000 yards this season. He's sitting at 992 at the
I mean,
moment.
it's over now.
He's got one
yeah.
more. He's got one more week.
You think that's worth it? He's Giants, right?
He is the
Or did he got shipped?
Atlanta.
Falcons? That's right.
He's their number one guy. Oh, there's number 2 behind Drake London.
Marvin Mims Jr. had a crazy game against Cincinnati. Man, I can't believe that. Broncos, I can't believe they dropped that game.
How's Devon Vele doing? I found out that Devon Vele is 6 months older than AJ Brown. That's crazy.
Let's see. Oof. 2 receptions for 27 yards. 2 targets though. 100%.
Who do you think is the #1 fantasy wide receiver this year?
Off the top of my head.
Yeah. Looking.
#1 fantasy, Jamar Chase.
It's Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
117 for 1,612 and 16 touchdowns. Behind him is Justin Jefferson for 100 receptions, 1,479 yards and 10 touchdowns. So he's like 150 yards short and 6 touchdowns short of taking it from Jamar Chase.
Look at
just catching up to Jamar Chase.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oof, man. Lamar Jackson, first round, wouldn't be a bad one.
#1 running back.
Oh, Saquon.
Saquon. Yeah. He's at 2,005. Derrick Henry is at #2 for rushing yards with 1,783. He's still like 200 yards short.
Is fourth in points though.
Not after this last week. Now it's Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan. Bijan has.
What are you showing on points?
I went to our league.
No, I know that's
I went to the player list and went to all players.
Well, I mean, how many points though are you showing for?
Bijan?
Yeah.
310.40. 310.40.
And what are you showing for Derek?
306.3.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he was fourth. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said he was. Yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah, I'm saying he's fourth behind. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In terms of yards, he has more yards than Bijan by 500 more yards, and which is crazy.
But his catches are insane for Bijan. He's almost at 60.
Yeah.
Whereas Derrick Henry's at 17.
And Jahmyr Gibbs is at 47, 486.
And he gets 10 yards a catch.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry does. And then Devon A-Chain has 78 catches.
Yeah.
I just don't trust him. I think he gets hurt. Wasn't he hurt at some point this year? Alvin Kamara only had 68 catches.
Yeah, running backs this year, big jump. I mean, Saquon's just, man, oof. Saquon going crazy.
Brees Hall at 54, Chase Brown at 54. Running back receptions are important. Devon A-Chain almost 80.
James
That's
Cook
crazy.
has the most touchdowns, just not most rushing touchdowns.
The most rushing yards, or the third most rushing yards, is actually Kyron Williams with 1,299. But he only has 272 fantasy points compared to the other top running backs who are in the 300s. What do you think the value of Chuba Hubbard is next year?
Probably not. How did he do this year?
He did really good. He had 1,195 yards, 10 touchdowns, 43 receptions for 170 yards and a touchdown.
How many touchdowns?
11 total.
Oh, okay.
He had over 1,000 yards. I think he goes as high as a second-round pick unless they start looking at Jonathan Brooks more. They barely touched Jonathan Brooks. I was a Jonathan Brooks believer. He took up my IR spot, and he let me down. Maybe he'll do something next year, but he's still coming off of an injury. I should have known better. So, it's fine.
Okay.
Chuba Hubbard went crazy. Had a good year rushing. All of the top running backs, or let's look, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 of the top 5 rushing leaders are all on new teams. Saquon, Derek, and Josh Jacobs.
Yeah. Man, Kareem had a pretty good year.
Where's Pacheco in all this?
Oh, not high at all. He got injured really early.
Man, why don't the Chiefs have any good running backs?
Kareem had a good year. He came in, he missed.
He didn't hit 1,000 yards though.
No, but 3 games that he
You
didn't play in, and then he also stopped getting as many touches once Pacheco came back. 7, 5, then 13, 11, 9. But I mean, these, Yeah.
I want to see how many Who had the most fumbles?
Um,
Ooh, there are 1, 2, 3. There are 6 players tied for 3 fumbles lost this year. Do you want to know who they are?
Chubba, Ramondre, and Rashad White. And Aaron Jones, Josh Jacobs, Kyron Williams. Wow. That's surprising.
Yeah. That's probably why his
there.
points were just a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Him and Josh Jacobs, they both lost 3 fumbles this year.
Wide receivers: Garrett Wilson, DK Metcalf, Aaron McLeod, Jaquan Jackson, and Laviska Shenault Jr. I'll have 2.
But there's one guy apparently that has 3.
What's a
Whoever D. Williams is.
What's a miscellaneous touchdown? Does that mean
that would be somebody fumbling on the goal line and then you
it?
grabbing it? Yeah.
Dang, Turpin had it twice.
Man, all you gotta do is be there sometimes,
Yeah.
you know.
And that is half of his touchdowns this year. Crazy. I'd be interested.
He also had 2 return touchdowns. We count that for the player in this league.
Let's see. So flex overall. Let's see. Receiving. Who had the most yards?
I want to look at tight ends.
Tight ends. Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers.
Jeez.
Top 7 in yards, and that's still with a week to go too. Jerry Jeudy versus Baltimore, probably not going to eat a lot. Man, Jeudy had a respectable year.
I bet someone dropped him in our league.
Yeah.
And I immediately scooped him up.
4 touchdowns. That's why.
He wasn't doing anything under Watson. But as soon as Jameis Winston stepped in, that was like his main guy. I saw that coming a mile away. I had that Cedric Wilson guy that one week, and he went crazy. Or Cedric Tillman. Because I'm just like, dude, Jameis balls out. He just
running backs this year, huh? Crazy. You got Jamar Chase, the number 1 points for wide receiver, running back, tight end, but then Saquon, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan, and then JJ, and then Derrick Henry again. Amon-Ra, then A-Chain, Jacobs, Kyron, then Brian Thomas Jr., Kamara, CeeDee Lamb.
Brian Thomas Jr. up there as far as fantasy points. Malik Neighbors 4 or 5 spots behind him.
Yeah.
Man. Brian Thomas Jr. had a really good year.
Very good.
And I said something about that. You wrote me off. You were like, he's a Jaguar, though. Yeah, but you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like having a good year.
He's no Adonai Mitchell. And I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Oh, my gosh, stop it. Having a lot of garbage time, you know, catching is, you know, to be expected.
Yeah.
You know, he's in a good place to have a good year, you know, he's talented. They need a number 1 guy. He turned into it. Good for him. Yeah, he's going to keep happening. He's going to keep having good times because he's going to be playing against third strings a lot, you know?
According to this list.
Second halves are going to be, he's going to be eating. I wonder what his game splits second half to first half?
Do what?
Points.
Oh, I have no idea. I would have to eyeball it.
Yeah.
The highest ranked person that wound up being on my team was Malik Neighbors.
Wow. Brian Thomas, his January production, awful.
True. He hasn't done anything in January.
Hmm.
And he probably won't for a while.
But they don't give it on here, so I wonder if they give it on his non-fantasy.
Yeah, the highest ranked player on my team, my who I should keep for next season is Malik Neighbors.
I'm keeping Bijan. It's hard, Bijan over Derrick Henry, but Bijan's younger, so.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry isn't being. There's no drop off.
No,
his horizon
but Bijan's also more receiving back, and we're in a PPR league. So.
True.
If we were non-PPR, I'd probably take Derrick Henry.
I'm most likely keeping Hurts. I don't really like anybody on my team. I don't really want Neighbors for next year because whoever their quarterback's going to be, they may not throw to him. You know, they may check down a lot. So I'm most likely keeping Hurts just because I don't want to keep Jonathan Taylor again. I'm tired of getting Jonathan Taylor. This always happens. He's always hurt and he sucks for some reason and it's just awful and I hate it. So next year I'm keeping Hurts, keeping the name. You know, he's a top 3 quarterback. Who are the top scoring quarterbacks?
This is what I'm talking about. Look at this. First quarter, 11 receptions, 76 yards. Second, they're just already behind after the first quarter. Look at this.
Who is this?
This is Brian Thomas Jr.
Oh, so he's just the garbage time king.
Like the second, third, fourth time, he's eaten the second and third quarter. Eaten.
I don't know.
I'm just saying. Stats. What can I say?
Hey,
Stats speak for themselves.
yeah, and I mean, isn't that a good thing for fantasy?
Yeah.
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 That's what I'm saying.
No, I know. I'm just saying that they're a garbage team, and they're never going to even make a wild card to beat the Chiefs.
If you're in the second
So
round,
stop trying to make it happen. It's never going to happen.
Okay, I get it. It's fine. If you're in the second round of the fantasy draft, our league, PPR, and you need a wide receiver because you went Derrick Henry in the first or something.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
you wouldn't have a first round pick because you're keeping Bijan. So you're gonna.
Well, yeah, everyone's gonna. Yeah.
So if you're, I'm picking Hurts. I'm gonna have a first round pick next year.
Oh, so you're dropping.
Jonathan Taylor.
You're not keeping anybody.
I'm keeping my second round pick, Jalen Hurts.
Oh, so we're doing it
based on where they're going to be drafted in the draft.
Okay, so how are we doing? So everybody who keeps the person.
You can keep a first rounder. You have 2 first rounders. You have Derrick Henry and Bijan.
Well, that's second round though, actually.
No, Derrick Henry is going to be going top 10.
Oh, you're saying based on their ADP round. Oh, okay, gotcha.
He's definitely going in the top 10 running backs.
Yeah.
I'm keeping Jalen Hurts, but who do you think is the highest scoring fantasy quarterback this year?
Oh, it's Lamar Jackson.
Even
or
though
it could
he
be
has
Josh Allen.
Who has the most fumbles this year? Do you think it's Lamar Jackson? He's got 5.
Oh,
so does
probably
Burrow.
Not. Probably Caleb Williams.
It's actually Drake May.
Oh. Here you go. We're going 10. Bijan is not a top 10 ADP right now. This is live draft.
Oh, where's Bijan at? There's no way. Yeah, you missed him at some point.
There he is, 14th. So it'd be second round.
Man, behind Jonathan Taylor?
Behind Christian McCaffrey, currently on IR.
Yeah, who's currently on IR.
Yeah.
Sorry, if you're ranked below Christian McCaffrey right now, just keep trying.
Wait. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think Alvin Kamara's.
I don't know why he's getting drafted so high.
Yeah, it's weird. Who knows? This is obviously week 17. No, I don't think anyone's like doing a ton of drafts.
But wait, sorted by average. Wait, it is sorted by average pick. Never mind.
Yeah. I mean, but this has Jalen Hurts. That'd be third round for us.
Hey, I'm fine with that.
But we're going off NFL, right? Not ESPN.
Yeah.
Let's look at NFL has anything. They probably don't.
NFL fantasy rankings. It would just be based off of fantasy points previous season mostly. So Jamar would be number 1. I think that's consensus number 1.
This is probably this year.
Yeah, that's from this year.
Yeah, so. Yeah, they don't have anything for. They're not gonna have anything for next year for a while. Probably.
Well, I would say the best that we could do is based off of fantasy points from this season. And right now it'd be Jamar Chase.
Well, yeah.
And Saquon going right after him. Then Jahmyr Gibbs at 3, Bijan at 4, JJ at 5, and Derrick Henry at 6. But if there's kind of a demand on wide receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown might be ranked higher. CeeDee Lamb would be ranked higher.
I think Lamar Jackson could probably be ranked higher next year. I think Lamar Jackson could go.
Do you think he'd be in the first round?
Yeah, I think Lamar Jackson will get taken in the first round for sure.
I don't think he'll be ranked in the first round. Quarterbacks traditionally
if we're going off of scoring.
Well, yeah, but if we're going off of scoring, then how many quarterbacks 378? How many quarterbacks scored more than 378?
2.
Yeah, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Do you think Lamar Jackson could be in the first round? I could see someone in a league doing that, but I don't know if I could see the ADP rankings and the consensus doing that.
I don't know. It'd be interesting. I think. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, I think we're just gonna go off of ADP right at the point of. I don't think no. I don't think Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson will probably ADP up there because obviously Derrick Henry's gonna be above there. Jonathan Taylor will be in the first round. Kyron, Puka,
Kyron will be in the first round.
JJ, Jamar, yeah. Jameer Gibbs, maybe. Yeah.
I think
Jahmyr
Jameer Gibbs would be an easy first round pick, especially if they don't keep David Montgomery
So
next year.
one for sure. 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll say QB's maybe 8 for sure. AJ Brown.
Do you think Lamar Jackson will be ranked higher than Devon A Chain? I think A Chain is about where the cutoff is going to be because I think Josh Jacobs is also a first round pick next year.
You think?
Hmm?
You said Josh Jacobs as well.
Yeah, I think.
So Josh Jacobs jumps third round. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you think AJ Brown?
In the first round?
Yeah. I mean, points wise, he should be.
Where do you have Amon Ra up there?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he's
Oh,
second.
you're on the
He's
side.
second in points this year. Oh wait, let me go to the season. Sorry. Wow, man. Go.
Yeah, it's going to be skewed because of the quarterbacks.
We'll take the quarterbacks out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I think Jacobs jumps A Chain, and so does Kyron.
Kyron jumps A Chain too.
Yeah, but I think BTJ, Devon.
I think CD might be in first round too.
I think CD would definitely be in the first round.
Yeah.
I think he's getting ranked kind of low right now.
Well, I think that this is just ranking by points, and he's been yeah.
Yeah, CD's definitely going to be a first round pick. Probably late first round, but he might get hyped into the early first round. But Jamar Chase and just if I have the option between them, I'm taking JJ.
If CD Lamb's healthy and they're still with Dak Prescott, CD Lamb's gonna be still a top 5 pick, I bet.
True. Yeah.
I mean, how long has he been injured?
If you have the number 3 pick, do you take Jameer Gibbs or CD Lamb?
So, I guess he's only missed 1 game.
Yeah, I think he's doing that thing players do whenever they don't really want to play.
He had 6 receptions. This was a bad game for him. So he had 1, 2. I mean, even this game, 8 receptions, 47 yards. He had, and no, wait, how do you have 16 points? Oh, okay, 8 receptions still. And then 12 targets. Yeah, I mean, they've been targeting him since week 6, really. And then these 2 games, kind of short targeted. He has 2 bad games, though, really. It's kind of crazy he's that low on there. But yeah, I think surgery, AC joint to his right shoulder. Yeah, I think he's gonna. He'll be healthy next year.
He will be.
Yeah, so he's not. I think he's top. He's top 10 for sure. I think he's easy top 10. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna go probably like the Jamar Chase, Saquon, and then from there it's gonna be probably Justin Jefferson, Derrick Henry.
I think Jameer Gibbs. I think Jameer Gibbs and Bijan will be ranked higher than Henry.
I think Henry gets. I don't know. Henry's had. I think ADP no because non PPR Derrick Henry's better.
Yeah, true. In non PPR. Well, I don't even know. Maybe not even in non PPR
total yards. Okay, so I know he's second, and let's go.
He has like 1,800 total yards, and the other guys with the receiving yards have about 1,600, maybe 1,700. So.
Yeah, but he's also
he does get more yardage.
He's at 2. He's at. Yeah, he's at almost 2K on the year to scrimmage. And Jameer Gibbs is at 7, so 13, 1,800, close to 1,800 so far.
It's just so crazy that imagine if being almost at 2,000.
And Bijan is.
I don't know what that's like.
Well, I mean, yeah, Saquon's at 2,800, or sorry, 20, almost 2,300 scrimmage right now.
If you have the number 1 pick, do you pick Jamar or Saquon?
Jamar.
I am the homer. I have to go Saquon.
I
But
like
boy, Jamar's tempting it me.
only because I don't know how many more years you get out of Saquon. You just never know, you know.
He might be hitting his prime now that he's out of New York and not having to run on that MetLife field all the time.
Yeah, I wish you could just look at. Oh, here we go. Complete stats. Oof, yeah. I mean, I guess he's. I mean, I don't
He
know.
jumped over a guy
I guess
backwards.
he probably has 3 more years in him.
That's what
At
I'm
least,
thinking.
yeah. So, cause I mean, yeah, he's crazy. He's younger than me.
Hmm.
Ugh.
There's a lot of people younger than us who had better opportunities and
Yeah.
are just more physically gifted.
Yeah,
It,
it's
it
okay.
happens. It's
Yeah.
okay. There's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah. So 2018 to now, I mean, yeah, man,
He jumped over a guy backwards, man. Like
yeah,
he's fine.
7th year. I mean, yeah, I think he can get to 10. I think he can do 8, 9, 10 for sure. So yeah, I think actually I might take Saquon, but I guess ooh, it depends. Okay, so
You know he's not going to hit 2,000 again.
do I? Because Gianti's next year. So where am I getting on like rookies coming into for the year? You know what I mean? Like, am I getting a chance to draft like rookies too? So do I get to take? Do I just get to take Gianti? Because I'm taking Jamar Chase and then going. I'm taking the chance on the crazy rookie coming out of college.
Man, that'd be wild. What if he's a giant?
Oh, so sorry, kid. I'd crush. Well, I'm sure. Like, imagine what? Like, I'm sure. Honestly, he probably will be. He probably will be a giant.
Could be.
Like
If they go court, if they get like
Shador,
Aaron
because it's
Rodgers or
gonna
James
go
Winston or something.
if Patriots decide that they don't want Shador Sanders, they're taking Travis Hunter. Like they're taking Travis Hunter,
The Titans will take Shador.
and then the Titans take Shador, and then
No. Someone's going to trade up because Dion's going to throw a big old fit about him going to Tennessee. It's not as big of a market, you know. No,
Deion Sanders.
no, on God, man, it's happened
Yeah,
before.
Deion Sanders is gonna have a say in it.
Eli could have been a Charger.
Oh my.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I'm just saying that if that happens, whatever. But I think that's the likelihood of even someone, whoever Travis Hunter's going to, if or Travis Hunter's going 1 or 2, Shador Sanders is going 1 or 2, in my opinion. That's probably what's going to happen.
They're getting split up.
If that does happen, the Giants might just be so just torn, heartbroken that Saquon is doing this and that they let in after the Hard Knocks episode and seeing how like he was like the owner was like, one thing I don't want to lose Saquon. Do not let Saquon go.
And watching the views stack up every single week after an Eagles win.
Yeah.
You know.
And then so he might just be like, I want my franchise running back. Give me Gianti.
Mm-hmm.
He might just do it.
Would you be okay with him being a giant? Is that still a good opportunity? I mean, look at Saquon's numbers while he was a giant. They were serviceable at first.
Yeah. No, I mean he was hurt. Yeah, he had 2 healthy seasons.
Pretty much.
And he put up 1,300 yards both times. Yeah, I mean, but Saquon's just is
better.
Yeah.
He's better.
Well,
would you say? I think Saquon is better than Gianti.
Well, yeah, obviously, like right now, that's very easy to say because Gianti's running against college talent.
Even whenever Saquon was in college.
You know what? Let's see how did he do today? Because that was today.
I just want to say that Saquon, he was in Heisman consideration his senior year, but got hurt. I followed him in Penn State because I saw that Rose Bowl game where he went insane.
Oh shit! It's 15 minutes from now. Okay, nice.
So he hasn't torn his ACL yet.
He hasn't played yet.
I'm just kidding. I don't want that. I like this Jonty kid. I like his attitude of just being like, because I also don't mind him standing there. I didn't at first. I thought it was weird and it took a little bit of adjusting to, but it actually really does keep defenses on their toes.
Well, yeah. It's also like, what does it matter what he does? Like how he stands there before as long as he's not moving, as long as he's doing what he's supposed to do.
But I feel like if you're low like that, you get better burst and acceleration.
Yeah, but I guess like as long as you're getting to the snap handoff at the timing of the snap, you're you're not just running full speed through the handoff.
Yeah, you can.
Like
You can.
that's
If we learned anything from Le'Veon Bell, it's you just got to get to the handoff, and then you can kind of just stand there for a second while everything opens up, and then you can go.
I don't even think he does. I don't know. It's kind of like to me. It's like is you can kind of like take your time. You're getting to the handoff at a specified time. So as long no matter what, you're gonna be like you get there and then you start like running. Like even if you're not just standing there.
I think I think Gianti is second round pick highest. No
Yeah.
matter where he winds up,
You think?
I don't think there's any team that's so RB needy like the Falcons were for Bijan,
Dude, I just
then that would put a
you
rookie RB that high in the fantasy
you're
draft.
crazy. Oh, fantasy draft. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah yeah yeah. No 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 no.
No, no, I can totally see the Giants taking the
Sorry, I
shot at
thought you were
JT.
saying that he wasn't going in the second
No,
until the second round. I was like, bro, if you break Barry Sanders' record and you're not
he's a
getting
first
out
round
of
pick.
yeah, you're
He
not.
might even be top five.
Yeah.
So I do think it's risky, but I do believe that teams would
Yeah,
bite
no.
on that. I think that that's something that they would totally do. So
24.97. My goodness. Splits too are all just 7.4, 6.5. Or wait, where's home? I thought that was home versus away. Oops.
how many Heisman trophies did he get?
No, stop it. How do you do his? I didn't.
Who did get the Heisman this year?
Well, he did. I mean, okay, he's been good. 5.3, 6.1, 7.3.
Oh, it was Travis
Heisman
Henry.
was Hunter.
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter, and then never because everyone's been.
Well, I thought it was Shadur for there for a second, but I was like, no, I would have heard more about it. I
No,
thought.
it's Travis Hunter. He got. People are giving him shit.
Do you
about
really?
him,
Do you
so.
really think Travis Hunter is that good?
I think he. I think he's. Yeah, I think he's really athletic.
I just don't think. I feel like there's enough quarterback hungry teams that would bite on Shador because there's always like one or two quarterbacks coming out of the season that it's like they could be all right, you know. But then there's like the draft the actual like combine and everything where just random nobodies like Trey Lance just skyrocket to like top five picks, you know.
I just think. Um. Yeah, I just he won the Heisman. I mean, he's gonna be like he's a two-way player that you can come in, so you don't. I don't know. I think he's one or two. I don't. The question is like because I think the teams that are on the bottom are looking for quarterbacks. It's not like there's like the teams. Especially when you see a team come out and you get like the Commanders who all of a sudden get Jaden Daniels and then they're on fire. Like these are old white dudes watching this shit happen and telling to like like we need a quarterback, like we need a Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, like need
Do you
a quarterback.
see the Patriots trading back?
No, I think they like Drake May.
Yeah, I don't think that
Yeah.
they go. I don't. I think that they, but I think they have holes that
But
can't be
no, I
fixed by
think
skill positions.
what do you think they need?
I think they need offensive line
Yeah.
and defensive play, like defensive linemen, trench players, front seven, not
Right.
necessarily safeties and corners.
They
You
could
know,
they could trade back, but I think that if you get I think they like Drake May enough, so I don't think that they can shop. Well, one, I don't think you get a second round pick or a number two pick for Drake May, anyways.
do you think Travis Hunter can keep up with Tyreek Hill, Amari Cooper, or Garrett Wilson?
Probably.
Those last two maybe, but Tyreek.
Well, nobody can keep up with Tyreek though.
You're gonna need a guy to keep up with Tyreek twice a year. You know.
No, you put two people on Tyreek. You scheme around Tyreek, and then you just. Or you get physical with Tyreek on the line, like we did. Like Travis Hunter, I bet.
All you gotta do.
Do you think Travis Hunter is bigger than Tyreek? Do you think
Yeah, I
Didn't
don't.
McDuffie was it McDuffie or no Snead that big boyed him? That sat him down. Like that's that's what you gotta do to Tyreek. You gotta jam him to the line.
You just gotta call the cops on him before the game.
Yeah, there you go. You gotta jam him to the line. Right.
I don't. I think that there are quarterback needy teams who will trade up to the first number one pick. I don't think whoever, because it's just, this is not a great quarterback class. Everybody's going to be going into the offseason knowing that this is not the best class. It's literally, um, who do we got here?
This was projections for 2024. They had Josh Allen being projected at 342, Lamar Jackson at 337. They're pretty close on a couple of them,
Cam Ward.
namely Jackson and Allen.
There's still, okay, so here's the quarterbacks that are going to get super hyped in the offseason as we go into the draft. Quinn Ewers from Texas, Jalen Milroe from Alabama,
I think they'll go like those guys are gonna go like
Carson Beck from Georgia.
they're gonna go like.
Oh, and then there's that Dylan Gabriel guy that was in the talks for the Heisman.
Let's look at do they have a draft projection or draft 2025 projections? Dang it, this is still ESPN Plus.
Cam Rising is ranked all the way down at number 20. They have Carson Beck going in the third or fourth round. They have Jalen Milroe going 1 to 3, Quinn Ewers going 1 to 3, Cam Ward going. I'm just gonna go down.
No. You can't
1 to
make me do
3.
that anymore.
All of the quarterbacks are being ranked 1 to 3, except for Shedeur Sanders, who is ranked just first round. We all know that Shedeur is going in the first round. It's just a matter of what Dion wants.
Doesn't matter. Whatever he wants goes.
I love the Dion stories, man. He showed up to the combine in a limo, got out, ran the 40, got back in the limo and left. You know, that man was him. There was, who was it? Someone, I think it was the Giants or somebody, was like, here, you know, at the combine, was like, here's a playbook, learn the playbook, and and then we might consider drafting you. And he was like, when are you picking? They were like ninth, and he was like, I'm not gonna be on the board.
I don't think this isn't indicative of tiebreakers. I don't think. I don't know what this has for tiebreakers, but this is what it's showing right now for the league is that Titans and Giants and Patriots. But I thought it was Pats, Titans, Giants.
Do the Panthers not have a top 10 pick?
No, yeah, they do. Top 10. Yeah.
Man,
They'd be at worst they'd be ninth right now.
right. If they won this week, that would be so crazy that finally the Panthers get a first round pick back. They're not even in the top 10.
I wonder who's gonna be 32 this year.
Eagles.
31 will be nice for you.
We're gonna
more likely 28, but
it's because you guys trade up. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I guess
you get my draft darling, whatever random player I fall in love with.
You'll be 28 or 29.
I think if it's the Eagles and the Lions, the NFC Championship game, it's gonna be a really good game. I don't know. I think we'll be all right. I think we might be able to hold our own. I think it'll be really close at least. I hope the Eagles would win, but I do think the Lions and the Buccaneers are the two teams I'm scared of most. I think we can take on the Vikings. I think we can handle the Rams and the Commanders.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for the playoffs. Playoff football is always so much fun.
Yep, it's that time of year.
I don't want to. I'm good. I don't want to. It'll be interesting. I think that for the. I'm just whoever we play. I think that it's going to end up Chiefs are going to end up playing more than likely. We're going to play the Texans with the Steelers, week 1, or the week 1 round or week 2 of the
divisional
playoffs.
round.
Yeah, divisional round. Yeah, and then conference probably going to end up being the Bills, but could be the Ravens.
I am. Oh, the battery on my laptop's running low because I've just been using this light here. If there's a dark horse in the AFC that meets the Chiefs in the playoffs that you wouldn't expect to be there, like in the AFC Championship game, who is it?
Oh, the Bengals.
The Bengals?
Yeah, the
Oh,
Bengals.
would you be shaking in your little red booties?
Little red booties. No, I mean I would be. That would be. I would be worried if after probably the if we were behind going into the fourth,
Hmm.
then I'd be worried because at that point our defense is probably already tired and we're already not stopping their. Because I assume if we're behind, it's a shootout. Because hopefully, if we're behind, it wouldn't be us being stomped.
If you were going into halftime 35-13 with the
Uh,
Bengals ahead,
oh, oof.
would
Yeah, I
would
would be
you
a little bit.
continue to watch the game, or would you
Yeah,
just sort
I
of
would
okay?
watch. I would watch the game. I would watch the game. I would at least watch until like 2 minutes left in the fourth. You know,
It's now 48-16.
yeah, I'm turning off as soon as if it's 48 to anything below 20, I'm turning the game off.
That's I don't think that's gonna happen. But man, if the
If
Bengals were
it's
just
if it's three possessions with 6 minutes left, I'm turning it off,
hmm,
and then I'm just thankful that we made it that far.
with what you had, you know.
Yeah, and three peats are hard. AFC Championship again though at home. Start that streak up.
Man,
Yeah, like I said, I would be really upset if it was a blowout like that though. Like that would be the most disappointing. If we lost in a shootout in the AFC Championship, I as a fan will not be upset because one, it's going to be the chance for somebody. I assume either the Bengals or the Bills. If those are the teams I'm worried about most, but the Ravens too. But someone to get the Ravens won in was that 2000? Oh, I can't. I'm not good at.
2012.
Was it okay? Yeah, I mean they've run pretty recently, but I would feel okay if the Bengals. I mean I hate the Bengals though. Ugh. I don't know though, but if the Bengals want to, at least good for the fans. Whatever they haven't won one, and have they ever the organization?
No,
Yeah. So
that was their first appearance.
yeah. So
Most
and
recently.
like the crazy year, like Joe Burrow like coming out and like beating Mahomes again, and like dragging his team to the playoffs, dragging them through the Bills and through
Would you
the
would
Chiefs.
would you admit that Joe Burrow is a better quarterback? Just has a worse supporting cast if they
Joe Burrow does
managed to
not
win
have
this
a
year.
worse supporting cast on offense.
Who's his running back? Oh man,
I
look at
don't know.
that.
I don't know their
Oh,
team. I just
that's crazy.
all I know is T Higgins and Jamar Chase.
Hmm.
But I'm pretty sure their lines. I don't know how their lines doing this year. I don't watch them. You know. I just I know that they're putting up a shit ton of points, and it's their defense has been letting their offenses or their has been giving up a shit ton of points. So
Yes.
it's definitely not on Joe Burrow on the offense at all because of
They
how
need to
many
put him in
points.
at linebacker.
They just put up. They beat the Broncos, who were the number one defense going into that game.
Hmm.
Like, and they put up 30 on them.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like that. Obviously, he doesn't have that bad of a supporting cast. Although I don't, I would be. I wish there was a world that we could just come in and just put like swap teams and see how they do.
Mm.
I wish we could, but we can't. We
Yeah.
can't. So no, I will never say that
Okay. Well,
because we're 15-1.
how mad would you be if Joe Burrow three-peats before Mahomes does?
That
If they
would
just go on a tear the next 3 years.
would I be mad?
Yeah. Because that not only means that the Chiefs don't win it
Yeah,
for
and
the next three
and like
years,
and we were losing to the Bengals every time.
and
I'd
losing
be
to the
furious.
Bengals every
In
time.
the AFC Championship, it was just Bengals Chiefs for the next 3 years.
Mm.
Yeah, it's hard though because like winning three Super Bowls and like having that 5 years alone is just like
It's not so bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
honestly like it'd be like hey we're still
You just really start coping.
yeah,
This
and
is the time to start
and
coping.
especially if
Okay.
it's like AFC Championship at home every time, like so we lose 3 times in a row at home to the Bengals. It's like, damn, that's really rough. They're calling it Burrowhead every time, but and if they're going to the Super Bowl and winning too, and they three-peat, like yeah, I'd be furious. I can't just I could. It'd be nice to make it to the AFC Championship, but like after the first one, it's like, hey, we made. If that happens this year, it'd be
That
like,
would
yeah,
be this year, yeah.
yeah. If it happens this year, it'd be like, hey, we made it to the AFC
You guys
Championship.
really struggled to get
Like,
there,
yeah, it
but
was.
so did they.
Well, we
you
didn't
know,
struggle to get there. We only lost one, maybe 2 games. So we didn't really struggle. We had every game really. really right where we wanted them
Well,
every time.
your players, there are a lot of them are hurt, I should say.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there was, but just as an organization, we're just so strong and know how to overcome big deficits, and it's just who we are as an organization.
They're gonna get investigated.
No, but in all honesty, like, yeah, if this year I'd be mad. Next year, I mean, how would you feel? Eagles make it after 3 years. What if it's losing to the Bengals every time?
My
What if the
God.
Eagles make it 3 years? Or Saquon and
Well,
Saquon and Jalen are just like, dog, we're getting a Super
there
Bowl.
goes the light. Biologically speaking, it makes sense that the Bengal tiger is eating the eagle.
Yeah.
You know, just that's just how that nature is. So I would kind of just have to accept that this is just how, it goes out in nature too. No, I would start rooting for the Lions, man.
Yeah.
After like the second one, I'd be like, we can't do it, dude.
But imagine,
Someone else needs to try this.
yeah, our friendship would our bond through football would grow even more. The Eagles Chiefs
I would
friendship.
after
Yeah.
the second one, I would start hating the Bengals.
Because like you'd be rooting, because I would be rooting for the Eagles to beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl, and then I assume after the first loss to the Bengals, you'd probably be, well. It's hard because if it's the AFC Championship game, you've lost the Chiefs and at that point the Chiefs and the Eagles, or
Mhm.
Chiefs and the Bengals in the Super Bowl. So I assume after the second time, you'd be like, I don't care who wins, I just want to beat them.
Mhm.
And then the third time, then you'd be like, come
We
on, Chiefs, beat the Bengals. Don't let them three-peat. And then the Bengals would make it, and then you would make it again and lose. And then you'd be the modern day Bills.
Oh God, we would be the. No, we already have a win. The Bills still don't have theirs.
True.
You know.
True. 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 True.
Man, that's so hard. It's so hard to be a Bills fan, but
The fourth time in a row would be that would be.
God. Oh, that would be rough to lose that. We're gonna be fine. I don't know if we're gonna win this year. It'd be nice. It'd be really cool. But honestly, I was already like not super psyched about this year. I thought we weren't gonna do too super well. But then Saquon blew up and had 2,000 yards. That's the first Eagles rusher to have 2,000 yards. Hell yeah, that's awesome. And we got the number two seat. We
Yeah.
were all looking at the number one seat.
I think the NFC has the more contenders in the playoffs than the AFC. I think the AFC top contenders are better than a lot of the NFC contenders.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that the NFC, like obviously, I don't think the Steelers or the Texans are contenders, and
Yeah.
I don't think that the really out of all the NFC teams, I think they all are honestly.
Yeah.
And same, but I think the Broncos are. I think the Broncos win and get in. But so I think. Oh, excuse me.
Mm.
I think they're all contenders. So yeah, I think the Eagles have the harder path, but I don't know. I think the Eagles are. I think the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl. Put it on tape. I think. I really realistically, I think it's Chiefs Eagles because I can't at this moment ever doubt Mahomes in the playoffs because the one time that he Brady twice and Joe Burrow once, right? And Joe Burrow was that was just a weird game.
Mm-hmm.
The first half on fire, and then that weird pass to Tyreek to instead of just kicking the field goal, and after that it was just awful. So I don't know. Like
How would you feel if it was Chiefs Rams rematch? Matt Stafford's coming back for that ass.
I'm okay with that. Because it's not Goff, so it's okay.
Mm.
No, I think realistic. I think the
Oh wait, he beat the Bengals in the playoffs, not the
yeah
or the Super Bowl, not the
Bengals,
Chiefs.
yeah. I thought you were referencing the Monday night football game, the 50.
Oh man, that would be wild.
Yeah.
That'd be a good game.
But
Stafford
I mean,
versus Chiefs. But
yeah.
if
But yeah,
if McVay just pulls out all the stops in the playoffs and just has crazy, just goes on a tear for the next month, I mean, it could happen.
yeah. I think the Eagles have the. I think the Eagle. It's gonna. I think NFC Championship is Eagle Lions. I just think it's gonna be 1-2 seed.
I think it's going to be Eagles Lions. I'm very scared of the Lions, but I'm also very scared of Tampa Bay.
I really think at the end it's gonna shake out. It's gonna be 1-2, 1-2.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's gonna be Chiefs, Bills, Lions, Eagles. I don't see the Ravens getting past the Bills this time. I think the Bill. I don't know. I think Josh Allen is gonna not get MVP, and I think that's gonna piss him off even more, and his team. So I think the team at this point is just like, why isn't Josh Allen getting MVP? And I think that he's not going to get it again. I think it's going to go to Lamar Jackson.
It's gonna be Lamar Jackson.
I think Lamar Jackson's been flashier.
So Josh Allen's gonna be the underdog.
Yeah.
And then the Chiefs are gonna come in and bully him down and say, "No, you stay down there. You don't get a ring."
I think he's gonna get past the Ravens, and they're gonna be, oh, here we go, it's Chiefs, because it's gonna be probably, yeah, I think Chiefs are gonna play Steelers more than likely. If I had to guess, I don't think the Texans can beat the Steelers, but we'll just play the Steelers again. We'll beat them. I'm not worried about the Steelers. And then yeah, AFC Championship's crazy. That 1 week, that bye, man. Oof, so nice.
Man.
So nice they used to give it twice.
I don't like it. I think I wish we had that bye. We don't get it. Lions have it. I think the NFC Championship is also going to be Lions Eagles. I'm more scared of the Eagles, but I also feel like Tampa Bay, if they win, they just do weird things in the playoffs, and they just manage to pull out wins against the Eagles sometimes. We just aren't good against them.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty good predictions. I think it's going to be an Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl rematch, but it could very easily be a Bills Lions or a Bills Eagles Super Bowl.
See, I don't think
the Chiefs. I don't think Carson Wentz could do it.
I don't see him coming in. I don't see the Bills coming into Arrowhead and winning. Not this year. Not with I think our offense. We have too many weapons now.
That's the problem. Mahomes is going to get the ball and be like, you all won it, I know.
Yeah.
So he's going to keep taking off with it, and he's going to get himself hurt, and Carson Wentz is going to be like, I know exactly what to do, and we'll just take the ball, go back, look directly at a wide receiver, and chunk that shit right out of bounds.
Or throw a pick.
Or throw a pick. Yeah. Bullet pass straight to the guy, hit him right in the hands, bounce off.
It will be so funny if they knock out the Broncos. Man, if the Dolphins lose to the Browns, man, and we do beat the Broncos, it's going to be so sad. I don't want the Bengals to make it. That is, especially how their offense has been playing. I think our defense is good enough to stand up to any other team, just not Jamar Chase and T. Higgins playing like they've been playing. They're too good.
Man. Bengals are kind of scary.
Bengals are the scariest team.
I want the Broncos to make it just because I like Bo Nix. I think Sean Payton's done a good job with him. I don't like Sean Payton, but I like what he's done with the team.
I don't want Sean
But
Payton.
I like Bo Nix. I thought that they were going to have a really crazy good offense here. They kind of did, but their defense really is what got them there. The Broncos are the poor man's Vikings in this year, I believe. So, which is crazy because I discounted the Vikings at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, well.
All right, good stream.
Yeah, we'll probably stream after.
Probably after the wild card.
Yeah.
We might not do this next week unless there's crazy shakeups. We kind of covered all the different scenarios of what could happen.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think if the Bengals no matter, these are all 7 seed more than likely. Other than there's some shakeups on the NFC, but I think the AFC is pretty clinched on seeds. It looks like, other than like the Steelers and the Chargers could swap. The Broncos too, because they could, if all 3 lose. I don't know the tiebreakers, or if both lose and Broncos win.
I kind of feel like the least likely scenario is the Dolphins getting in. You
don't think they beat the Browns?
I think they do, but I just think that even if they beat the Browns, if the Broncos win or the Bengals win, doesn't matter.
Other way around. Bengals have to have the Dolphins and the Broncos lose. The Bengals need 2 teams to lose. Dolphins only need the Broncos to lose.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
The Falcons just need. Man, that'd be so wild if the Falcons.
It's up to Carson Wentz can. Man, Carson Wentz could do the funniest thing ever.
Man, if the Falcons manage to make the playoffs, it'll bring the curve down for the entire league.
The
You
Bucks,
know,
the Bucks need to be. They need to beat the Commanders, which actually, if the Commanders set teams could happen, but the Bucks need to lose to the Panthers. Which I mean, I don't know. The Panthers.
they could do it. It's a
Yeah.
divisional game. They could just try and upset the
Bryce
Bucks.
Young is still. He's been balling out a little bit.
If the Panthers win, then they're going to knock themselves out of a top 10 draft pick too.
Yeah.
But I don't think. I think just having evidence that the team can be good is enough for them to justify doing
it. And I think
it.
the fans would be okay with it to keep the Bucks out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So.
That's true.
All right.
But yeah, good stream. Bye, buddy.